I'm glad everybody got in on that.
Ba-dum-bum-bum. Is that how that goes?
Sure. It is no.
Yeah. Well, great success. We are live. So, welcome. We're continuing our Veilbreakers 5e adventure, right? We are, of course, fundraising, as we always do on the channel, for different and amazing groups. This time we're fundraising for International Rescue Committee. As seen above, we're at 930 of 2,000. So if we can hit our halfway goal by tonight, that'd be incredible. So anything you are able to donate would be wonderful and helpful. And I'll, of course, put the link in the chat for that.
It's also very helpful for us players because we get those little advantage tokens.
Absolutely. So, and of course, at Live from the Apocalypse, we're all about charity-based
Is
gaming.
it buying our love? I don't know, but it's kind of buying our love, and we're okay with it.
Our love's for sale.
Yeah, 100%. I'll put the socials in the link chat as well if you want to follow us on all of your social platforms of choice. They're all out there. And we've consolidated some stuff into a website. So you can jump on there and you can see the schedule of games as well as what's on Twitch. And you can check out a couple cool podcasts that we have going on right now. There's two of them. There's Academy H and Cryptic Community College that are both available, and more to follow soon. Last thing I'll say on that is, we have some merch. I'm wearing my little LFTA t-shirt. So there's a little link to our merch store as well. We got a couple things in there right now. We're working on more.
Yeah, Justin fucking grip it, rip it, baby.
First donation of the night, $10.
Lock that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the big boy.
Add to the advantage counter, and thank you very much for your donation. One step closer. So, yeah, so on the website, there's a little merch store. Check that out. We don't make any money off stuff, so anything we do get from merch or from subs or from bits or from anything that you donate towards our Patreon all goes back into the channel to help basically cover costs to manage this cool thing that we try to bring to you. So it's a good cause. It's a really comfy shirt, so check it out. We're going to do a quick intro, and we'll get into our cool adventure. So I'll start with Victoria over there. Tell me about Itzel real quick.
Sure. Itzel is like ready and willing every time the party needs an otter or a mango.
Yeah, just
or a
fucking
mount.
grip it,
I'm
baby.
our resident
Slop
druid
that down,
rogue.
dude.
Yeah,
dude. Crack
Thank
one for
you.
the big boy.
And yeah, so she's both sneaky and also like we'll call her celestially minded, out of touch. I don't know. That's for you to decide.
Love it. Chris, go ahead.
Chris Irish, I'm playing Valen, who is a dwarven paladin, follower of Tempest, god of battle, and out to spread the cause of glory to the far horizons. My main job is to get hit so these guys don't have to. I'm also the very important person who brought Gruff to the party, my celestial war goat mount.
We love Gruff. And it's a good thing to, make sure the rest of the squishies in the party don't get hit, right? That sweet 21 AC. All right, Joe, go ahead.
Yes, of course. Stage luminary, smoky, inviting, violet indigo eyes. Odette Beauvoir is who I play. She is the director and prima ballerina absoluta of the Royal Academy the Royal Academy. She found herself thrust into adventure with the Neverwinter Nights, was spelled with a K. And the star-studded velvety shadows of her dance reveal her fated mantle, which is the Muse. And she does not get hit if she can help it, but she is the fish out of water, regular, just kind of like person who's been thrust into these amazing adventures with these pretty amazing people. So she has made her friends over these past 3 days, I believe, maybe going on 4. So.
Yeah, I think we might be at day 5. So like day 5 is where the real magic of friendship starts to unlock.
Yeah.
But it's been a very quick series of terrible things that have happened to all of your characters, unfortunately. And then last but not least, Rouge.
Hi, yes, I'm Rouge, and I am playing Bella Hargrave, also known as Jin, if you see her true form, but for the most part, Bella. And she is an undead warlock. You think I would know? I've been playing this
Undying.
long enough. Undying warlock. That would be quite a twist if she was an undead warlock. Party change. She does, however, probably have the worst track record of trusting very nefarious characters between her patron Gray and her new friend, the Necrocore, that she has sort of kind of adopted last session and is currently running around in, I believe it's a jaguar body that she managed to
Panther.
huh?
There's a
Panther.
panther. Yep.
Yeah, so she's got a panther that is currently possessed by Necrocore. So
Yeah, which should be fine. Good old Necrocore is just going to be a wonderful
Definitely
part
not
of the
animal
group
abuse.
forever,
Yep.
and no problems will come from that. So, and of course, I'm the dungeon master, Andrew. Came up with this crazy adventure and put these crazy characters in these crazy situations. So, let's get started.
Andy, if you had an elevator pitch for what this game is like, what buzzwords would you use?
Oh, if I had an elevator pitch, imagine what would happen, if you will, if the adventurers set out to stop a big bad. And in that attempt, they were killed. But the adventure does not end there, because there are forces beyond life and death that can influence the cosmic workings of the world. And so our brave adventurers were brought back for a second chance to stop terrible annihilation of the very world that they love.
We got better.
Got better. The death wasn't permanent, you know how D&D rolls. So, at the end of our last session, our adventurers adopted a Necrocore, good old Necrocore, right? And
Oh no! Please.
we're
Still there.
it's got a name now, Corey
Okay.
Richards, aka Necrocore, right? So, but as you were debating kind of the choices you had made there and the ethics and the questions of like in this metaphysical rendered reality inside this magical journal that you are currently fighting your way through, does this creature even still have a soul or an actual physical being outside of this environment, and what are the consequences and ramifications of giving this kind of thing power? And the group tentatively agreed to, at least for now, keep Necrocore around. But before the party could move forward, what looked like a living spellbook of some type, large entity made of paper with wings and glowing eyes, appeared and threw our characters into a different part of the book, saying that they were, well, not supposed to be here. And that's where we are going to pick up as you go flying through that strange emerald green light, completely disoriented, losing any touch of where up and down is. Gravity is just lost to you as you spin and fly. The six of you, right? Because it's you four plus Gruff, who is still with you and kind of like tumbling around in this insane vortex, and of course Neferkori, in its weird melty jaguar form, is thrown along with all of you as well.
Oh, don't like that description. No.
Oh, I can't wait to show you the token I got for it.
Melty.
I guess him, yeah.
Ruff and I are holding hands and just spinning.
This is kind of scary and kind of nice. As you are flying through this emerald light, you see different flashes of imagery, almost too fast for you to process. But it seems like there's other pieces of memories or other rooms in this journal that you are just flying past at such a speed that it is hard to process. And I would like Odette to make a Arcana check, please.
Of course.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Absolutely. We hear the Doctor Who. Sorry, we can't license that. We hear the, PhD what theme song that is, a lot of a lot of beautiful music accompanying this time tunnel journey that you are being thrown through. But yeah, give me
That was great on the fly. I appreciate you.
PhD what will be a recurring character in the next episode. But yeah, let me get that Arcana check from you.
Of course. I got a 15
15.
in Arcana.
Okay, cool. So you see a couple things flash by, and what this, as you are trying to gain some sense of orientation, you realize that you have a little bit of pull to decide where you're going to end up, right? You don't have the full control that you would love to have, but you can kind of steer in the same way that you're going down a very fast river and you can like work your way towards a bank or anything, but you're not necessarily fully in control of those motions. You see a flash of what looks like Zengi, our rotting lich necromancer that you've been following, owner of this terrible journal, or one of the many owners, I should say. You see a flash of him performing some type of strange ritual with weird like skulls and painted symbols on the ground with like torchlight all around him. As soon as you kind of start to focus on that, you see another flash where it's actually a younger human-looking version of Zangi standing around with 3 other people that you recognize one of them as a younger Lady Alora. It looks like they're engrossed in conversation. That flashes pop by you, and you see another image of the same thing, a younger looking Zangi, still mostly human, in a room filled with just charts and maps of living starlight and gems on a wall. It looks almost like a dimensional projection of some type. That would, if you were in the Avengers movies, let's say, with Tony Stark out, right? That would look really cool. But you see, he seems to be like plotting something on this celestial map, and that zooms by you as well.
Mm-hmm. So
you can
repeat the last one. So any Philly fans out there, Philly's just one, and I'm right on around the center of Philadelphia. So I think they're taking to the streets. So I was just slightly distracted by that. So constellations. I'm sorry.
You see effectively a room with a projected or illusionary star map filled with like gems or celestial lighting of some type. That Zangi, in his mostly human form, seems to be studying or mapping something on it. As that image just kind of goes in front of you and then zooms by. The question I have from you is, which way do you steer as you're trying to orient yourself towards something? Because everything else is just endless emerald light abyss.
Ooh. She considers like Zengi and the ritual and realizes like that might be the start of like maybe the first test ritual. She sees Lady Alora and her heart really goes out and like she wants to be there with her. She also sees the star map and the constellations and knows that our resident druid and warlock could probably give a little bit more insight into that, but the pull of family is too strong. And she's like, I know we will be able to gain some sort of insight if we go to her. Maybe they will tell us what they've done. And she like kind of like feels the shadows around her body, and she kind of like tries to use them to like gather everybody up, like in a little like kind of like dropping a cloth of velvet over the party and try to like draw everybody toward there.
Okay. The rest of you kind of feel this pull as well, as Odette manages to exercise some control over this mayhem, and you all stop spinning and flying. There's a very abrupt and sudden jolt as you hit the ground in this small room, and it looks like it's a comfortable meeting room with some chairs and tables and bookshelves on the side, right? And it's an uncomfortable landing. Some of you stumble a little bit, catch your footing, and none of these people in the room acknowledge you. This seems to be one of those memories that you've seen previously in this book. And they're all listening to Zengi as he explains the machine that he's going to develop. And he's standing there. He's got a familiar looking journal on the table that he has open to a page that kind of seems blurred out to you. It's rather bizarre. And he points at it and says, "This is something that we can accomplish with our collective minds. You see, no longer will we all be pawns in a cosmic game. This is the chance for us, collective mortality, the best minds of our generation, to undertake a project that will have, well, will save generations from being simple or incarnate fuel for the gods. Sarah, I believe you can build this." And we pan over to a younger looking woman with like dark hair, very, very bright blue eyes, who has just a coat and like workman's belt covered in either and pockets and tools all over. And she's looking at these schematics that are in front of her and kind of scratching her head. She says, "Well, the schematics work, but the power output on something like this that you're describing would have to be enormous." And he says, "I've been preparing something that will last for a very long time, I believe." And he holds up a gem that's just infused with arcane energy. And he places it down the table. And Sarah's eyes just grow wide. And even Lady Alora looks impressed by this as they study it, and you see the little radiations of arcane energy coming off of it. And Sarah says, "Well, that's a good start, but we would need," doing some like quick math on the paper in front of her. Zengi interrupts and says, "Thousands, yes. I can provide those." And Lady Alora kind of crosses her arms and speaks up and says, "Well, the gift of immortality is something that would be precious for all, and I do wish to help you in something like this, but I have to know every facet of what I'm getting into. When you play with the cosmos on this scale, there can be immense ramifications and side effects, even ones that are unintended or accidental. We have to explore every avenue, or else we could do something we think is noble and injure the world for the worse." And Zengi kind of, for a second, shoots her a very upset look that melts away into a reassuring smile and says, "Of course, I've been mapping this for a very long time and will show you everything, all the details. As a matter of fact, Dominic here has been essential in putting these plans together." We pan over to the last chair where we see a very young, thin, pale man with kind of brown hair and a bit of a goatee, dressed in just very plain working clothes, with a large book as well on the table in front of him. His book looks different than Zangi's. It looks like it's just filled with papers, there's little bits of notes and like reminders sticking out of the sides. And says, "Well, I've gone over the numbers with Zangi. I've checked this all out, and I believe that this will be a success. And I will bring in, of course, my partner as well to help with this. Her insight will be incredibly valuable and can help account for any last-minute anomalies. In fact, she should be here by now." And almost as if on cue, the door opens and another person walks in. I would like everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, please. DC 16. That might not do it.
Nope.
It's fine. Let's just get this out the way. That's going to be my one for the night, I think. But that's a 28.
That 20.
Nice. Very nice. No, I managed a 14. So
okay. Oh, even with a 6, incredible.
Yeah.
And you're adding my bonus, right?
No.
You're standing near me.
Oh yeah.
What is?
You get a bonus. Plus
Then
plus 4 now?
I take it back. What's it called? That's then that's a
17.
Plus 4?
Plus 3.
Oh, 3, never mind.
Yeah. Okay. Did Odette make it?
No, I got, well, okay, so that's, actually, I just made it by 1.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to be muting and unmuting myself just because of the chaos outside.
Got it.
I can't hear a thing.
Yeah, I can.
Great. Fantastic. Yes, I just made it.
Cool. And what about
With
Bella?
Valen's bonus, I made it.
I got a 19.
Oh, heck,
Yay.
you all beat it. Okay.
We're very wise.
So what you see is interesting because the woman that walks in is initially so plain and unassuming that your brain almost just discounts her. But this is a memory, which is interesting. So things like glamours or other types of magics don't work as well. And so after a moment, we see that she starts to change. And that form or glamour or illusion or magic, whatever happens to be on her, melts away. And see someone who, man, God, if it couldn't be like Bella's great-great-great-great-grandmother. Eerie similarities there. And she walks in, kind of nods and agrees with what Dominic has said, and repeats, yeah, we have checked all the math. We'll be happy to show it to you all. It's been quite an intensive bit of work, but we can pull it off. Zangi nods approvingly. Says, follow me. There's something else I want to show you. And the memory starts to fade away as they all get up to leave. And for a moment, you're left standing in this empty room as the effective visions of this memory just fade out. They walk through a door that leads to nothing. As you go to open it up, it's just blank space.
Bella, who was that?
I don't know. I guess it could have been someone in my family. Certainly nothing that I mean, I guess technically, maybe there even could have been a real Bella that my family member based the look off of. I don't know.
Hell yeah, grip it and rip it.
Hell yeah, grip it and rip it.
It's not exciting.
You got that amulet from your mother, right?
I mean, I just found it. It's not like I was given it.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid you were going to say.
So, has Gray ever mentioned knowing other Bellas?
Mm-mm.
You brought up a good question, so I would like anybody who would like to make a DC 18 perception check, please. Kind of just thinking back on the scene you just saw.
Yes, definitely.
I'm going to assume that a 4 isn't going to cut it.
That's close, but nah.
That's close.
And a 24 probably will.
24 would probably do it.
Yeah.
A dirty 20 for me.
Dirty 20,
Nice.
all right.
Because of my elven eyes.
2. 2 is not going to do it.
Ballad and Bella are discussing this. Be like, I don't think this was a chance thing anymore.
Just enraptured in conversation.
I
Odette?
should look at Itzel, and I guess maybe we share a moment where we like kind of figure it out or something.
There's a moment where the two of you, I think, simultaneously, eyes widen and you kind of gasp as you connect something, because you weren't thinking about it when this memory occurred, but Valen mentioned the pendant, and you didn't see the weird Bella doppelganger wearing the pendant that you used to see Bella having with her.
Yeah.
But now that you think about it, when Gray was pointing back at his journal, he had a really cool looking pendant around his wrist, almost the same type of gem and shape, in like a very cool looking almost chain, right? Kind of wrapped around one hand. The pendant with a silver chain that jingled a little bit and kind of came out from under his sleeves as he was pointing.
And they don't interact with us, like when they're not noticing us in the room.
They are since gone.
So I could say, walk right over to it.
Oh, like all the stuff that was in there is gone as well. You're effectively in just this blank
All right,
room. The
blank.
memory recording has played, and you are now just standing in like a room with an empty table, these bookshelves, and
All
some
right, so
chairs.
like Itzel will like hold up and kind of do one of these deals to Odette. Like, yeah. Okay, but the other didn't have a.
No, she did not. It was. Maybe this is where their relationship began.
Well, it's also not a family relationship heirloom. Like, this is not.
Possibly. I wonder if I could make this come back up again. It is a book, it is legible, it is readable. We just happen to be living inside of its pages. Maybe I could turn the page back and we could take a closer look. Yes, those sound correct. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, and
It's
she's
like when you have one of those crystal discs and you have to rewind it, so you can actually like watch the animated play again. Right?
Oh yeah, there you go. And out of character question. Do we know?
Try explaining that to someone under the age of like 25.
Do we collectively know what the object, the watch that Bella has, and what it does? Or does only Bella know about that?
I mean, you were aware of the pendant because you've seen Bella wear it.
Not that.
The watch.
The watch.
Oh.
Or the pocket watch, I guess.
Yeah, because from the dungeon that we were.
She does have that time control, although I don't think you should need it in the book. Remember, you're in control.
Well,
Yeah. But yes, all of you were aware that that was picked up. You know that there's an inscription on the back belonging to Benjamin Lawson, who we just saw, Sarah Lawson, talking with Zengi, right? So you're fully aware that Bella has this. It was part of the loot you all divided up after you interacted with what you assume to be the ghost of Benjamin Lawson when he talked to you.
okay.
Has not been used.
All right. It has not. Bella says, should anything go awry, Bella, I don't know if you have played with the watch and the manipulative powers that it has, but should something go wrong, maybe you could use it to get us back to where we need to be. I just want to take it back and like basically stop at a sentence and take a better look at Dom.
I mean, I don't know if it'll work with memories, but we could try.
Let us see. And Odette just kind of like stretches out her like lithe pale limbs and just does what she thinks would make sense. And she starts turning kind of with her shins like counterclockwise.
Yeah.
And tries to exert her will just over what they just saw to see if she can like pause it just as the amulet comes out of his sleeve.
Okay. Give me another arcana check.
Can I use? I forget this.
Arcana.
Can you?
That's what they call it in Kansas.
Can you use guidance on yourself? You cannot, right?
You can.
You can.
You are a willing target.
Yes. So Odette just kind of draws any kind of like shadows around her to kind of like embolden her and kind of like steady herself. And I will roll that. It's a 1d4, correct?
Correct.
That is a 2. And this is Arcana. Okay. So 14, 15, 16.
16.
Yes.
Wait, you rolled a 2 and got a 16? Holy cow.
No. I rolled a for guidance a 2.
Oh, okay. Say,
And
hot
then I did
damn.
math.
You got plus 14 to Arcana? Good lord. All right, cool.
Not yet. Only a +1. She's
Yeah.
not yet.
So you said 16 total?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, you're able to kind of rewind the scene, and it's not intuitive at all. And it's a bit choppy as you like kind of try to rewind and get back to that moment. And I think you like miss it the first time, and you just have to like kind of go again, right? And you're sitting there like, okay, this is it. And you keep doing that moment where you're like trying to pause the video at the precise moment and just keep missing it by like 2 seconds on the timestamp. Then finally, after you like your third attempt, which is it takes something out of you, right? You kind of definitely like sweating a little bit by the time by the time you finish, just because of the mental energy you're exerting. You pause it directly as he's pointing at that journal in front of him, and you can see clearly in view that pendant. Sounds like Andy.
She's just like, I will take a small rest here, but look, Bella. And she points out the amulet.
Oh, I mean,
Identical match.
I guess that makes sense since it had to have been something present when he died for him to have transferred into it.
That's what I was going to say. The amulet couldn't really have been around while Gray was alive.
I would like Bella to make a. This would also be a wisdom saving throw. DC's a little high on this one. Should be 18.
Still get +3.
Don't think that's gonna cut it.
You can guidance her on this as well.
Guidance is touch, right?
Yes.
Okay. Odette does use it unless somebody else does. So Odette simply just kind of like takes your hand and like kisses her own hand, and just like you feel a like a warm, it's like silk drawn over velvet, kind of like shadow, kind of slip across you. And she's like,
Okay.
All right, and that means I get to roll a d4 to add to the roll.
Yup.
Okay. So that is going to be 18 altogether then.
Oh, 18 was the number. So
Yeah.
you notice two things in this moment. One, Gray is not talking for whatever reason. You still sense like power is there from him, but he's not engaged in this conversation. Second thing that happens, and the more important of the two, is that you have a moment where you think back to a series of weird visions you had a couple days ago, right? I'd say probably 36 hours ago game time, like 2 months ago real life. And you think back on that interaction you had with that blurred out figure in that derelict cabin who you were dragging along, who had been very badly injured, who then proceeded to tell you to trust your instinct and laid a comforting hand kind of on your chest and then died. So there's a weird moment where you think about that, and another piece of that memory unlocks, where before that figure passed away, he kind of took a pendant that he had and put it around your neck and actually put his hand on that pendant and then passed away.
So, like, might have been seeing an actual memory of a different Bella then? That's awesome. That's
possibility.
Great.
But yeah, something clicks in your brain, and the edits that were there are no longer present. 1 second.
Yay.
I'm very curious. I'm gonna peek
Guys,
out.
I think my grandma baked Gray.
She tapped that ass. Gray, oddly silent throughout that whole memory, which is kind of creepy. That he's just like, what memory?
Maybe Gray doesn't like to kiss and tell.
Bella, you've had like weird moments when you've been in this journal where Gray is not interactive, and you can't really tell why. But this is not the first time you've had a conversation that's been pretty pressing that he has not participated in.
I mean, things have been really weird here, and he's not always present as much as I'm used to him being. I don't know. I could try to reach out and ask him.
And it maybe Odette kind of leans over to see like what he's pointing at in the book. Is it legible? Like, can we actually read part of the like?
So you can read it. It's a bunch of it's a combination of arcane symbols and math.
Odette,
So
Not
like,
math.
So like you can look
Okay,
at
you
it
know
and
what?
like all of it is legible to you. Like all of it is legible to you, but what it actually means, it's like staring at like a massive equation that some physics professor's written on a board somewhere, and you're like, I recognize these characters. I have no idea what the meaning of this thing is.
Okay. So my special eyes don't quite work in this situation, do they?
No, it's not hidden from you. It's just you don't have. I don't think anybody in the party has just the base of knowledge to interpret this kind of research because they
Mm.
spent years doing this, and the
Mm.
snap interpretation would be very difficult.
Got it.
That's not.
She
It's
looks
not
up
his
and she just
wheelhouse.
shrugs. She goes, "Nah."
But I mean, let's credibility to what he was saying that he, ran the equations and checked the numbers, and they all were right.
Point of possible clarification: Zengi referred to our other Bella, as
Granny Bella.
Granny Bella. Sure,
Mm-hmm.
Granny Bella as partner. So, like, at this moment, she kind of outranks Gray in this equation. Pun intended.
So, point of clarification, it was actually Gray that referred to Grandma Bella as my partner, who should be here.
Oh, okay. All right. I wrote that down wrong then. Okay.
Now, how do I make a roll?
Mhm.
Okay.
Odette says, I do not know if there is anything else that we can glean from this situation, but perhaps we look around a bit, um, and then I can see if I can send us back to where we should be.
Was Lady Alora in that memory?
Yep.
Yeah.
Has she ever acted like Bella seemed familiar to her? They've met.
So I'm going to give you a little bit of meta knowledge. If you recall, way back when Odette and the rest of you all first came to the Undying Realms, and Odette was introducing everybody, when Odette introduced Bella, I yelled, "Bella, I need you right now to make a deception check."
Did she pass at that?
Lady Allura did not seem to recognize her.
Okay then. Curiouser and curiouser.
Changelings.
How does Lady Alora look in this memory? Is she in her undying ancestor form, or is she alive?
She is in the early stages of ascension. So there are indicators of her effectively achieving her undying form, but she has not reached at that point.
So essentially, my ancestors, Elfin society as a whole, like somebody has basically petitioned to have this happen to her. She has accepted it, and the process has started. Is what you're
Yes.
saying?
Because that is not a overnight thing. That's a very long, drawn out process.
Yeah.
Which for elves, that's not a problem. A couple years doing a thing.
Yeah. Essentially, they decide that before you pass in on to chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. For Forgotten Realms, it's like Avonland. I think it's like the other realm where you turn into motes of stardust and kind of like go on, if you choose to, um, and like hang out with Coralon Lorathian and Sahanin Moonbow and whatnot.
Yeah.
So cool. So that's good to know because that kind of confirms that she hasn't simply been snacking on like bits of what did you call the energy?
Incarnate.
Incarnum.
Like in the Undying Realms, and just like,
Gross.
nah, I'll put this here.
I can quit anytime I want.
Yeah, I just don't want to. God.
And, okay, so yeah, Odette just kind of casts around to see if there's anything else they can like glean from this paused scene before going onward.
Um,
And Vicky is paused in this scene too.
Say again?
He is paused in this scene.
Yeah, effectively the tape's been rewound and paused in this moment.
Ellen's
They're
just
all-
standing over there making faces at him.
Yep. Just like
Uh,
middle fingers, like I hate you so much. The cause of all my problems. I hate this. You suck.
So Itzel's gonna look at both, like if we can see Gray's journal and the like board of what's available, and even just like asking to the group, like, do we think it's valuable to write any of this down?
I mean,
You can absolutely
Like-
write it down. I'll also say, Odette, you have a feeling that if you can gain control of this book, you can come back and look at these things in as much clarity as you want.
that's what I was thinking. When you gain control of this book.
Sure. I like the confidence.
Because like Itzel's gonna kind of be like, I mean, I know that's, it's affected like this like, well, that's planet in this constellation, and but I don't know what they're doing with it.
As you go and look around the room, you quickly realize that there's not much else of value here. It seemed like the memory was important. You can kind of get a better look at everyone involved, but at this point, you're aware of their participation, right? So it's just nice to go, cool. These are the people. We've got faces for names now. We kind of have this snapshot. The room glitches. Both the figures in it and the actual room itself has almost a weird, like, static blip. And as the static's out for a second, you can see a pair of this purple glowing eyes, similar to what you saw previously on that spellbook guardian, or whatever you'd like to call it, that appeared to you. Seems to be scanning the area, and the room glitches back to the way it was.
Was that one of the creatures that we have fought? Earlier, I think the first room? No? We should move on. And
Like, everyone just in stunned silence, like, oh shit, oh shit.
Odette said, I did see two other things, and she just kind of like prepares herself kind of mentally to do a shift again.
Okay,
And
very cool.
I saw a room with a star map and constellations. And were they like projections or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Projections, kind of like you see in the theater. But I also saw, what was it?
A strange ritual.
Just a ritual that Zengi was doing himself. And the first thing that came to mind was either this is the preliminary ritual that he did, or the last one that he did, the second one. We could try to go there, or I could try to bring us back to where we found. And she kind of looks at the panther with a little bit of disdain. So
My very good friend Corey.
That's
Who
me.
now knows all of this stuff about your ancestry, etc. too? Yep, that one.
Honestly, it's just cool that you're able to maintain that kind of stuff generation after generation. That thing gets just lost. Like, important heirlooms get lost all the time. You know, my family struggled with that for ages. You know, my mother had this beautiful set of silverware, and I remember one night there was a fire in our village. And he just keeps talking about his life because he hasn't had anybody to talk to in a long time. You know, it's a terrible
Sure.
fire, and like next thing we know, the fire was taken care of, but they were just missing heirlooms. You know, we weren't the only family. At
Kitty
that
cat,
point,
kitty cat, shh. We need to discuss something. You're our guest. And she smiles, and
smiles back with like weird panther teeth, like
her smile does not meet her eyes at all. And she says, "What do you think? I'm willing to go, but I would like your insight, my friends."
I think we should move on with getting you control of the book, and we can review the memories later because they're in the book.
Oh, that is a good point. Everybody else, Oui?
As much as I'd like to see the star map, that makes sense.
I know. I did struggle with the decision to come here instead. I am sorry.
This was
We will
informative.
return. Yes. And Odette says, I will try to. There was a door in the last place that we were. We.
Yes, the big room with the tanks had a door in it, right?
It did.
I did a door leading out and away.
Yes.
I think to the right. All right. The east. So Odette focuses and just kind of like has everybody join hands, and she makes sure that Gruff is included in the circle. But she
Little
does not
paws
make
show
any
up.
movements to. She doesn't make any
The
moves
hooves.
to include the necroquarry. So. And she begins to kind of like mentally kind of like flip through the pages back to where they were.
Cool. Yeah. Where do you want to? Let me do this. Go ahead and roll one more Arcana check, please. And then as you're, forming this circle, Bella, and I guess it would be whoever's next to you, so Valen maybe. You feel like the little like padded foot of the panther, like just into one hand, and then same thing on the other hand. It's a little like touching something very solid coated in jelly.
Yay!
Not a great tactile sensation.
Gross.
Yeah. 5. All right. You focus and concentrate. Try to go back to the room you were previously in before this.
Do you want to use
Guardian.
one of those inspiration points?
I can and I will. I'm very happy to. How many do we have?
7.
Oh, we have plenty. Well, then,
We got them coming out the ears.
only in the
6.
case of emergency.
6 now. Go ahead.
Oh, that's much better. Okay, so that is. I only have a +1 to Arcana, just to let you all know. But that is a 19. That makes it 20. So.
Oh heck, dirty 20.
Nice.
Cool.
Dirty 20.
All right. Much better result.
Uh,
So you focus and you concentrate.
where we would have gone.
Hello, Daisy. So, but she's gone. She ran away. So you focus and you concentrate on getting to that next room. And that same emerald light kind of surrounds the room, and you see like the table and the chair and everything just start to fade away into the same motes of light. And it all swirls around you again. And you are thrown. I'm going to flip maps for a second. There we go. Fun little placeholder right there. You're thrown into the room adjacent, right?
Scoot.
And what I will say is this. To make life easy, I'll put you in the room. Okay? But you have a little control over how you go through the doors connecting, right?
That's
so you are effectively on the other side. You can peek your way in. You see this beautiful room with a conference table in the center, kind of layers here on the floor, kind of a dugout pit area, and then a much higher area accessible by the stairs, or you can try to jump it, being difficult terrain, right? But the thing you also see as you kind of crack the door and look in there are books here, right? And they've been all throughout this library journal that you've gone through. Shelves of them, books scattered across tables. You can't get away from them. Literally monsters made of books, right, are all around you. But these are suspended in chains in little shelves, specifically isolating them. And they seem to almost glow and struggle a little bit with power behind them.
Yay.
That's what you see. So on the other side of the door, put you back here. Anybody that would like to can make a perception check.
Yes. That's normal for books, right? I don't go to a lot of libraries, but
28 for perception. I got a natural 20.
28? Damn! All right.
My perception is the high one. Yeah.
Through the roof.
Odette, overcome with the struggle of this newfound ability, rolled a natural one. So she's just keeping her eyes closed and like holding on for dear life to the hands of her friends.
Okay. I think you are just completely focused on navigating, right? Then you finally hit the floor again. There's that shudder and jolt as you land, and for a moment, you've expended so much mental energy that you just feel drained, almost nauseated, a little dizzy, as you land and just kind of take a moment to lean against the wall and catch your breath while everyone else is checking this out.
Yeah.
Right. On that 28 perception check, the rest of you can roll if you want, but that's pretty baller.
I got a 6.
On that 28
You
perception
still
check,
notice so many things. The floor is hard. It's fine.
you do not see any enemies in this room, but
Except for books.
But you sense
Okay.
that there's a tremendous amount of arcane power lingering here. Well, the rest of the rooms have had like a bit of an arcane background magic that you've been able to feel ever since you've gotten that cloak, right? This is cranked up to 11. So you believe that there are things in this room, maybe from the books, or maybe from various triggers or possibilities that could be incredibly dangerous to you. The cool thing is, they will not surprise you on a nat 20.
Yeah.
Yay.
Because you are very aware of the
So
danger.
I'm gonna like put out a hand before anybody takes like a full step.
Also, remember, I have the alert feat. I can't be surprised.
You can't, but the rest of the party can.
Yeah, this is a really charged place. I don't know if it's the books, but there's more here than we can see right now. And it's
also in a nat 20, I'll give you one more thing. The book at the far end, kind of in the little circular area by the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Is it this book?
Exactly like Bella's journal, or sorry, Odette's journal.
Let's go up to that one and listen if we can hear ourselves.
It's gonna be like that scene from Spaceballs. You're like, when is now? Now! And it's just like this screen of them on the screen talking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, Odette, that book is just like your journal, but there's something else. Like, we need to tread carefully. It's a powder keg.
All right.
Walk softly, and do not touch anything, I suppose. She looks around. Is there a way out?
There's not. I mean, I guess you could smash the windows on the far end. There are no exit doors. It's just the entrance.
So there is no way to escape?
This is our goal.
Itzel is the most powerful thing here, the Book of Shadows. Is it chained?
Looks like yes. But they're all chained. That one is definitely chained when you zoom in, at least. So yeah, I'm gonna go with yes.
Also, as you're thinking, I'll give you one more thing as well, so you can do some admin updates. You were in the other place long enough for that to qualify as a short rest.
Yeah, that's
nice.
Okay. Because I did say you would be able to get short rest between encounters here. So I'll say you were, reality, you're probably in there for like 20 minutes, but it was enough of a breather for you to like patch yourselves up a bit and roll some hit dice if you wanted to do that. So short rest abilities reset, warlock spells reset, all that good stuff.
Good, because I needed some hit dice.
We had, trying to remember, didn't we have some life siphoned from us by the undead? Do we get that back on short rest?
They were not. It was not siphoned. You were just unable to heal.
Yeah.
So that is now gone.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use 3 hit die and get back to full.
Heck yeah. So as you're doing that and planning your moves for the room, well, how do you want to approach this thing?
Okay, I'm not quite full, but I'm pretty close. Okay. uh,
Valen looks to Odette because Odette is in charge and leading us. But Valen gets get ready to be in front.
Yes. Odette scans and like, is there kind of like on the map exactly? Oops. Yeah. I am getting some stuttering with my mouse. Always go wired, folks. Don't go wireless. There are 7 books here, correct?
Correct.
And the one at the end is the Book of Shadows.
Yes.
All right. Odette kind of like looks at Valen and she says, "Valen, you and I shall lead. Itzel and Bella, hang back only just a little bit, and of course, Grelf, you should join us in the front too." And she just kind of like gives him like a little, like under the little scratchy scratch underneath the chin,
on his beard.
and it does not address Corey at all. But
Wow, rude.
she's
Honestly, very rude.
not a fan. And then she says, "But keep your magics and your weapons ready. I am assuming if I were going to write this scene," and she gets a little bit taller, she's like, "I would say that." Oh, that's
Resident Evil doggo.
It's
Who's
100%.
that?
That's 100% from the Resident Evil like games. So that's what their doggos look like.
Yep.
So credit to
That's
them. That's their art. So, but yeah,
Yeah, it's a
that's what next.
little more panther than Doberman, but
Doberman?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I couldn't find a melty panther. So yeah,
Nope,
that's what
so
you
we
get.
Really? Such a common art prompt. Couldn't find that.
Well, so fun fact, I did actually find a cool.
I was
couple
gonna say,
cool,
can we just run that through an AI engine at this point? Like, what does Melty Panther look like? Also,
I found some really neat ones.
Don't do that to us.
But they came from like DeviantArt and stuff, and I was like, I don't want to take art that bloods a lot of people and all that stuff. Like, I'll rip off Resident Evil all day. They're fine. They make money. Credit to them, but yeah, like I don't want to just take stuff from random artists online without talking to them first. Because that seems rude.
So it says, if I were to write this scene and do the choreography, I would probably have it so as we progress, the books would come at us or reveal their spells or turn into strange, angelic, paper-made creatures until we finally savored our victory as we got to the very, very final book. And I would probably make these a little less high. How high up are those little pedestals with the books compared to down here on the ground?
It's about a 15-foot difference.
Oh dang! Okay.
This is basically walking up another story. So you get about about 8 feet here to your landing, and then like another 8 feet or so. So if you wanted to like try to jump this little chasm, that's why it's difficult terrain. Would be an athletics check to kind of like haul yourself up there. Definitely doable, but not at all easy for movement.
We should stay together and let's go on the right side. Valen and Gruff and I will lead. You two, just keep a little bit of distance in case we've been hit by too many fireballs, I feel. She just laughs. Who knew I would be doing this within a week of meeting you? And she starts moving forward. So let's stay to stage right.
Okay. That's just.
Valen is mounted.
Sounds good. I got the Valen Gruff combo out there for you.
I ready an action. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to ask you all to position yourselves anywhere you would like behind kind of this line right here,
Okay.
in this entryway area.
Okay.
So go ahead and set yourselves up. Everyone else good where they are?
Uh,
fine.
does Bella and Itzel have line of sight?
Kind of. Bella, you've got a little bit of line of sight. You can kind of peek around
Mhm.
this column. Itzel, not so much once you get past, like...
I didn't realize that column thing went all the way up. Okay.
Oh, yes. This is the same height as everything else. If you're looking back here, there's no stairs or anything. So the main stairs to get up to the second level are at the end of the room.
Okay. I thought it was the same thing as it is like over here. Okay. So this is not like something I can stand on. It goes all the way to the ceiling.
Yeah, this is about 15 feet up or so. So you could get up there. You'd have to have somebody like boost you, or you have to climb or do something to get on top.
I was actually thinking about giving one of them a boost.
I was going to say, because I'm totally fine with doing that. Okay.
Okay.
If I can get up there.
Cool. Yeah, you're not under pressure right now, so Valen can help you out. And like, I think Valen and Gruff combined, you can kind of like climb that and then hop up.
And Itzel is the tallest, so
yeah. And now you can see everything.
So, Odette does say, she says, if we come across any villains, take them out one at a time. Concentrate as much as you can so we can take one player out one by one. That will make it a little bit easier for us, I think.
Great. It's just going to go into archer form while we're thinking about it.
Okay.
Okay.
As you start to move forward to the room, this thing appears, right? You've seen this thing before. This is the, undead and messed up version of Zengi. Right? Appears in the room and starts, again, pacing back and forth. And seems to be writing something down in a journal. It says, not out loud, but all of you can just hear what's being written in the same way you've seen with these other memories. My research has hit a stalling point. I have the necessary materials. I've managed to crack the ability to separate the soul from the body, but the last piece that I would need still eludes me. And while I hesitate to give more power to the very things that I wish to destroy, I feel that my only option is some type of bargain. And as he closes his book, he turns, and there's kind of a jump. It looks like the memory moves forward in time. It's hard to tell how long, but certainly a couple days. And he's standing in front of a strange hooded creature with like grayish looking skin, a like strange dark yellow eyes, and a just gaping maw of a abyssal mouth almost, that leads to almost oblivion. And you see Zengi takes a knee in front of this creature and says, in return for this gift of knowledge, I do so swear to the High Prince and Demon Lord Orcus that when I have finished with my task, I will fulfill his, and none shall remain. The creature says something in like a twisted, dark language that just makes your skin crawl. It's like nails on a chalkboard. mixed with a combination of like missing a step in the dark. It just feels terrible to hear this thing. And nods in acceptance. There's a flash of magical energy between the two of them, and the strange thing disappears. And Zengi stands back up. And sighs. Says, or writes in his journal again. You hear him write. This is simply a means to an end. I will not stop until the entire cycle is broken. And fades away as the memory ends.
This cycle, he speaks of the mantles and his battle, no?
So is that the same god that what's her name? Blank. I'm the worst with name. Odette's nemesis was working.
Chantel?
Chantel was working for a demon.
No. She is working for a different demon named Mammon, who's the Lord of Avernus and Want, who is, of course, the perfect thing to, jump into a binding demonic pact with when you are envious of the powers of others and want more for yourself. That's the kind of demon lord that Mammon is, right? Orcus is the demon lord of the undead, whose sole purpose in all of existence is to, stop it. He hates the living, and he thinks that they are a blight upon the world and would love nothing more than to just zero out the world and call it good. This is concerning because when you first fought Zengi way back in Neverwinter, he summoned what you would now recognize to be Death Knights that had shields with the crest of Orcus on them.
Yes.
So whatever deal Zengi made gave him access to at least the minions of Orcus that are pretty damn powerful, because Death Knights are no joke.
And
strange choice of patron when your goal is to take away mortality.
I was gonna say his idea is what, like, kill a third of the world to give the other 2/3 immortality, and he's told the god that he's going to kill everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there seems to be some logical inconsistencies here, Zengi, and I think we need to sit down and really.
This is fun. Orcus hates the undead as much as he hates the living. Fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
But Zengi also, in one of he and Odette's kind of conversations, she brought up Orcus, and he was livid.
Yeah, he was mad. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One more thing I'll note on that, because Valen would know this. Orcus basically wants to kill all living beings and then kill everything else. So he hates undead less than he hates people. This is like an actual thing that he subscribes to. But same thing, like he hates his own demonic armies and wishes to destroy them, but he's going to kill all living beings first and wipe out the rest. Right?
I'm very confused about why someone would choose to be part of his army.
Why does someone choose to make a pact with the thing to gain power? That would be
lived
confusing.
in capitalism. Don't pretend.
If one were to perhaps tell the demon lord Orcus that you have a machine that could wipe out a third of the population if properly calibrated and turned on, he would probably be interested in that.
And maybe
that's considered a good start by Orcus standards.
It's long-term goals. Yeah.
Yes.
Does he know about the whole making the rest of the world immortal thing? Is he clear on step 2?
Yeah, Zengi may be lying.
Yeah, I'm is trying to fuck over a demon lord here, which is hilarious.
Yeah, Hey, look, sometimes you can outsmart the other thing on the end of a Faustian bargain, right? That always works in the favor of the person making the deal.
Definitely.
It's never done me wrong.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. So,
So,
also another admin point I'll point out since it's been a minute. Since Zenki talked to Odette when you first got here, he did mention that all of the beings that are out there beyond the mortal realms effectively feed on the life force of people in the world. And he is trying to sever that connection. One could make the logic leap, because he never said it explicitly, that would weaken or potentially kill cosmic beings.
He thinks that by making the world immortal, then Orcus would lose his power.
Yeah, they lose a food source.
Strong possibility.
Interesting. All right. Did Orcus appear where the book is now?
What you saw was a strange demonic creature.
Okay.
Orcus has a very signature look, and that was not him.
That was not it. All right. But did the weird creature appear where the book is now?
They were here having this conversation.
Okay.
Odette looks aghast. That makes sense. He entered into a bargain that he did not like, but it is a means to an end. I think I told you. I mentioned Orcus when he and I had our tete-a-tete, and he was furious.
No, you didn't just mention Orcus. You implied he worked for Orcus, and he got so mad, so mad.
It's true though. I mean, if you are entering into a contract, he's working for him. But yes, he was very mad. Everybody, the wits about us. She looks up at like
Specifically screamed, "I do not work for Orcus. He is simply a means to an end." That was the thing he snarled at you.
She says, "Let's move over to the left, as Itzel is up there." And she just kind of like moves over here, and we will move up this way.
Are we advancing into the room now?
Sure. Itzel just wanted to be on a different area than that.
Well, and he wanted us to set ourselves up before the line first, so I want to make sure that he's ready for us to advance.
Mm-hmm. She does look back, and she's like, "Hang back, but keep up."
What's your range, Itzel, when you're in archer mode?
60 feet, I think.
So the radiant arrows are pretty far.
Oh, great.
I want to say
That's 60 right there.
So pretty good range, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's got Overwatch.
Great.
Radius. Okay. Cool. So as you progress further into the room, Odette and everybody else, as you're looking at these different books, these have different complicated like locks on them. You can see there's multiple for each book, right? Odette, the one at the far end of the room has by far the most. It's got 4 locks on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you look at it, as you're approaching, you feel like the locks, like everything else in here, are strange metaphysical things. They're metaphors, they're concepts. So you could attempt to pick them. You could also attempt to exercise arcane authority over them and force them to unlock. Okay?
Command open.
One of the things that's going to happen here is, as that is occurring, you can do that as a bonus action on your turn. The difficulty for each lock increases as the combat goes on, because, well, I have you on a grid for a reason. as you start to approach, where did it go? Oh no, where's my? There we go. There's my folder of effed up monsters.
I mean, you're not wrong, chat. You're not wrong.
The trick is knowing that hit points are just another resource.
Mm-hmm. The same, a very similar version to the weird creature you just saw Zengi enter into a bargain with, materializes in front of this book as you move.
Oh,
this is what it looks like. Gray skin, giant gaping maw of a mouth, right? Little pinpoint yellow eyes, and the rest of it's like eye hole, effectively eye holes, right? That's a good word. That's fun.
Yeah, great.
But
yeah. Sockets, maybe is the word we were
sockets.
looking for?
That's the word. Thank you.
Thank you.
I got there. This is why we collaborate, because much better.
Does it look to anybody else like he's saying, "May I have this, Dad"?
And it emerges and says to all of you, "I'm so lonely. Do you all want to dance?" No, it doesn't say anything. So,
Do I recognize what that thing is? If it's a follower of an evil god. Religion? That's my favorite.
You definitely recognize it was the same thing that Zengi was talking to. It may not be the exact same creature, but you recognize, like, a Hezru's a Hezru, and you see, like, variations, but you know a Hezru when you see it. You're like, ah, shit.
That would be 11 cents.
It's definitely undead.
You said it was a religion check to try to figure out anything more about it?
Correct.
I don't remember.
I'm going to drop my divine sense in this room. That might actually be a good thing.
Nope. I got an 8. That's not going to do anything.
Definitely undead. Divine sense is 60 feet.
60 feet, which from where I'm standing should be the entire room.
Almost. Doesn't get the last book.
16 on that religion check, by the way.
Yay.
Okay. Good
That's
call.
right. Bella knows things. Okay.
So,
about
Valen,
necrophores.
obviously Necrocory pings, right, as undead. Each one of these books pings with undead energy as well.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Okay, so do we think it's like the previous room where each one of those is like the story holding the soul of somebody that we...
Now, it's there's a difference between a desecrated object and an undead energy.
Yeah.
So I will say that you were given the impression that these books could have creatures in there that materialize like this. That materialize like this thing did.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to roll something real quick.
Cool.
Wrong die. I need a D4. All right.
And none of us rolled high enough that we know what the thing is, or did I miss that?
So on a 16, Bella, you would recognize these things as Bodaks.
Gasp!
Bodaks are effectively undead servants of Orcus who go out and complete his workings and dealings. They are absurdly dangerous. And the big thing about them is, well, twofold. One, being close to them can simply just drain your life force. And they have a effectively passive ability that is just harmful to be around them because they are just such terrible creatures. Also know, 16, that they have strange abilities if they manage to look you in the eye.
That's great.
16 doesn't exactly remind you what those abilities are, but you know they exist. So as an option on your turn, anybody that's aware of that can choose to not directly look at it. You get disadvantage on attacks and saving throws, but you are not subject to whatever effects it can do to you if you're making that choice. So what these things do is they materialize 1, 2, 3, and in unison, their gaping abyssal mauls just drop, and they screech in an ear-piercing and almost soul-wrenching scream. No surprise.
Bella's gonna shout from the back of the room, "They're Bodaks! Don't get too close! And don't look them in the eye!"
All right. Everyone could please roll initiative.
Ah. All right, well, Connor, my days of rolling well for initiative. Apparently, I ruined that streak. It's fine.
Actually, it didn't do great for me. 18.
Okay. You know what?
Oh, poor you.
I know. So goodness, double digits. I'm so sad for you. Oh.
I also rolled low. I got a 14.
Oof.
I also got a 14.
Okay.
I rolled a 6. So
Odette 14, Bella 14, Itzel 6,
it's fine. I just get to
Fallon.
react to what things have already
18.
taken place. It's fine.
Cool.
It's fine.
So what we're gonna do?
We did not get a long rest, and I threw a lot at those things we were fighting before.
Yeah. I'll say one last thing about this, and I think we'll take a quick break and then get into it. It seems like a good time for a break. Odette,
Yes.
you believe that if you can get control of that Book of Shadows, it will give you control of this whole area. That's been the whole point of this journey, right?
Mhm.
So there's a lot of interesting things that can occur for you if you get the book under your control.
And
So-
once per round, I can kind of metaphorically, or work with the metaphor of the lock on,
Yes.
And there's 4 of them.
Correct. And I'll say you have to be within 10 feet of it, but you can do it as a bonus action.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah. Now, you definitely can't do it from anywhere in the room. You got to be close to that thing. But, yeah. With that, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we're going to get into this this combat, which is going to be a shit show. Let's do it. We'll be back in 10. Don't go anywhere. We're back. We did it.
We've survived.
Yep. The fight was over.
The battle's over.
Yeah.
We did it. We can get out of here.
We took care of it on break, so that's the stream. Thanks for watching.
That's how streams go.
Yeah, we had a great time. Hopefully you did too. Good. And of course, me or Trinity. No, not distracting at all. Always love the commentary. Sometimes it's hard to break into, say something about it, but always value added to hear people, making jokes in the chat. Makes me very happy. A lot of the time they'll be talking about something. I'll look at the chat, start cracking up, and I'll be like, I gotta shut the hell up and let them role play.
You may not be able to see it. We'll see.
But,
Not
seems
really.
like a good time to do all the things while we're here. Check out
That is
our
Sparks.
socials. The donate link, right, for International Rescue Committee, and of course, oh no, where'd my link for the website go? There it is. Pull that up as well. Right, we can check out all the other cool content because we make all sorts of stuff. We've got, this game. We've got a D&D, another D&D 5e game called Clash Reunions about a bunch of adventurers who lived in Ohio and then got transported to the D&D world and then have been there for 10 years and are trying to resolve that. We've got Missing Numbers, which is like a Pokemon TTRPG, but it's all pleasant and happy, except kind of spooky. So if you're into cryptids and you're into Pokemon, that's pretty cool to check out. We've got our Academy H podcast, which is just our Teen Titans superheroes doing their cool thing, and that podcast is on the website. Additionally, the guy that runs Missing Numbers did a podcast called Cryptic Community College, which is now also up on our website. 2 episodes are out, and those are dropping every other Thursday. This Wednesday, I'm running Dungeons and Doggies for a 3-episode arc. So that'll be fun and cute and wholesome. I can do wholesome for 3 episodes, I promise you. If I go beyond that, it's all back to spooky hard bullshit for me. But 3 episodes I can do lighthearted. I'm missing something. Oh, geez. Oh, we've got a Cyberpunk game in the works coming out probably in December timeframe. Working title is called Crimes and Parties, so we'll see if that sticks. But we're doing some playtest stuff with that right now. And is that everything?
2 weeks till Extra Life Weekend.
2 weeks till Extra Life Weekend. We're going to do 6 games on Saturday. 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, 6 games total. Hell yeah, grip it and rip it. And that's all going to be for Extra Life because it's an awesome cause to support. And it was actually the very first thing our channel did when we came online to fundraise. So going back to our roots for that weekend and going to party it up and do some crazy stuff, hopefully for great causes. But yeah, follow, like, subscribe, do all that normal stuff, And same disclaimer as always, right? If you're dropping bits and subs and stuff like that, that's cool. We'll use it for the channel to improve it. It's much easier if you give us stuff straight to the Patreon, but however you want to do it, that's fine. And then the donations are 100% to the charity that we're working with. So $650. Hopefully we can get to 1,000 by the $950. A little bit of dyslexia there. Wow. Hopefully we can get to 1,000 by the end of the night or close to it. But that's incredible that we've already made it this far, and it'll be great. Anyway, I'm done with that. Enough of me talking. Let's get back to me talking.
We were looking at this, and our original plan to focus fire on a single target, not going to work. But our goal is keep Odette alive, so we are going to have to be distractions and support.
Good goals. Before we start the combat, as these things appear in this darkened room with this overwhelming amount of magic and this just feeling of dread that fills everyone's kind of souls as these things screech at you, what's going through everyone's minds right now? Because this looks like the end of a very crazy series of encounters in this journal. I'll do Odette last, but Itzel, what's going through your head right now as you're just here seeing all this?
If that shitty little non-panther takes advantage of this situation, I am going to tear it limb from limb. All right. These things look like we should have gotten to them at full strength, and we're not. So, can we just get Odette there in time to not die? That's... Yeah. And... I think she's not necessarily worried for Valen or Gruff at this moment, but both because of Necrocory and Bella's relative squishiness. I think that's where my worry is in terms of protecting her people. But there's that extra little threat on there of, oh great, this is a thing that's going to take advantage of our weakness. And yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Corey and I are best buds, and
yeah, I'm cool.
You definitely don't form relationships with questionable individuals. Nope, never.
I wish you'd brought Bonbon. I really do. What's going through Valen's head right now? Because like Itzel said, a lot of spinning plates happening in this combat.
Valen has faith in Odette to get this done, and is going to make sure that she can.
Hell yeah. Unshakable
That's
confidence.
That's literally it. That is his focus right now.
Awesome. Odette. Like I said, I said it to you last. Bella.
What's going through Bella's head?
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on right now.
Stay back and pew pew. That's Bella's plan. That's it.
Don't get eliminated.
Very cool. And Odette. She's kind of looking at that Book of Shadows chained up.
Yeah, just fucking grip it and rip it, baby.
Oh shit.
Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one.
Hell yeah, grip it and rip it.
Thank you for the donation.
Thank you.
$20 towards the goal. We inch ever closer. 970. Much appreciated. I will put one more advantage token on the board. So if you give the charities, you rock.
We might need that advantage not to die. Thank you. Yay!
Yeah, you see your goal within reach now, but of course there's this immediately dangerous situation you gotta deal with.
Odette, like I'd like to think there is the book, and actually maybe it's just a close up on Odette, and the close ups on Odette tend to be like those film noir. There's the bar of light that goes across, and she's just looking at the book, and then the camera zooms all the way out down the length of the court or the room to the actual book itself. And as it's doing that, she thinks of being on the stage and just like having a normal life. She thinks of the moment that she lost General Kozan, her mentor. She thinks of kind of smacking Chantel up the face. But she also thinks of each one of her friends and the fact that this is much bigger than any petty squabble. And the last thing she thinks of is when she was very, very young. She basically came of age, and like these porcelain blue painted hands that just place the book in her smaller hands, and that just kind of close up, and she decides to start running.
Hell yeah.
She could jump on Gruff, and we can make this in one turn.
Yeah, maybe she looks at each of her friends, and she says, "Let's do this. Listen to what Bella had to say. Keep your distance. But I need to get
just
better."
fucking grip it, baby.
Oh, heck.
All right. Drop that down, dude.
Another donation.
Dude, crack one for the big
boy.
Yeah.
Thank you for yours.
Oh, heck. We are now $20 out from a sweet, sweet 1,000.
Nice.
If we hit 1,000, we just auto kill the Bodax, right? That's how that works.
I don't want to give it
That's
away.
a math we understand.
I don't want to give it away, but like if you hit 1,000, that might happen. You just have to donate to find out. That's the only way we're gonna get there. Play to find out, right? Did that number go up?
I did it wrong.
There we go. Cool. Alrighty.
All right. She looked at each of her friends.
Upside down there.
Yeah, I did it wrong. I got excited.
I donate too.
How I can't do it. There we go. All right.
Valen, you're up first. Odette, you are third in the order. So if you wanted to do a combo, Valen, you'd have to hold your action.
I am. I'm going to hold my action for Odette to get on the back.
Okay. Very cool. Valen, you kind of get set, can move some stuff aside, and you're getting prepped for Odette to just hop on the back of Gruff and just roll out.
Yeah. Gruff and I get ready, and then I look at Odette and just kind of throw the head back. Yeah, get up here.
Yes. She like nods, and in like one leap, probably with you holding out your hand, she grabs it and like jumps on.
He said you're third, so somebody goes between us.
Yes. One of the
Bodax.
No,
let me see. Yeah, somebody does go between us.
It wasn't one of us.
Not I. Nope.
It's Bodak.
Was it?
So.
Oh, it's a close one too. That's Andy.
Yeah. So Bodak 1's gonna move. And let's see. Question to you, Valen, is do you avert your eyes as this thing is getting ready to move?
I'm not going to look right at it, but I do have that alertness to track its whereabouts. I'm not going to watch its actual movement. I just know I'm keeping the shield between it and me and Odette.
Okay. Cool. So effectively, as you're doing that, you can't be affected by one of its abilities, but you have disadvantage on attacks and saving throws as it is trying to attack you because you are not effectively like watching its feet or some shit under your shield, and like that's not great because you can't see the full body for movement, but
Okay.
can't be affected. So
Gotcha.
win. Um, okay.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it and rip it, baby.
Oh shit! It is a cool
Slap
1,000.
that down, dude. Yeah, dude. Crack
All right.
the big boy.
Gates.
There it is. There it is.
And just like that, all 3 Bodak drop dead.
They just disappear.
The heads explode in confetti.
Yeah. Well, no. So the secret to 1,000 is since
It's
we've
edible
obviously
glitter.
upped our fundraising numbers, we have to up the difficulty of the encounter. No, but thank you everybody for that donation. And we've got 8 advantage points for you all to take advantage of. Just remember, the same
Probably
person
not
can't burn them
gonna
twice in a row. Outside
Just
of that,
know.
go.
We got to spread them around. That's the important thing.
Probably
Is
not gonna die. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
Might still
cool.
die. Probably not. Might still.
All right, let's see.
Also, Bella does still have the Revivify scroll, so
oh nice.
It has to be at the start of your turn. Fucking wild. Okay, in that case, I need Odette to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Yikes.
Because you cannot
You're
avert your eyes until your turn starts.
You are close enough to me to get that +3.
Oh, fantastic. Great. That's still 14. That's a 14.
Total?
Can she use the reaction you said for guidance? Does guidance work on saves?
I don't think guidance works.
Guidance does not work on saves, it's just ability checks.
That is.
But the
They'll
chat
put
can
bards
obviously
out of a
spend
job.
some guidance if they wanted to, so I'll give them a second to figure that out. Says you're 1 away from the DC.
It's true. A single point of guidance would save Odette in this situation, which costs, 2,000 bits?
2,000 bits. 2,000 XP.
XP.
Yeah.
Yes, they're no longer
XP is
the
free.
thing they were.
Yay!
You know, thank you very much. Yeah, thank
see.
you. Do not microwave. All right, I'll roll again.
3 different people.
Heck yeah.
Actually, no, that just brings me up, right?
That brings you up, yeah. At the very least, you're going to hit 15. Well done.
And then we've
So-
got two. We've got 2 in the
Drone
pipe
as well
to save for later.
spent.
I'll roll
Okay.
a roll. It was that brought me up. Yeah, another 2. So
Well done. You don't take the full damage from this. You take 9 points of necrotic damage. Sorry, psychic damage. As its withering gaze almost pierces through your mind and your soul.
oh my gosh.
And for a brief second, you start to see images of a timeline or life when you aren't in it. You see a very lonely and sullen Cole, right? You see your entire dance company performing in memorial of you. You see your parents broken at the news that you have passed away when it is delivered to them. And it is overwhelming to you. And you fight back and choose for that not to be your reality. And you just take that 9 points of psychic damage as you resist this thing's terrible withering gaze.
We must go on.
Okay. And then it is going to move closer towards you. 15. Yeah. It jumps down onto the marble. I'm going to give it a athletics check to see if it takes damage. Does not. Okay. And lands next to both Valen and Odette. Okay. Odette and Valen, you guys are up now.
All right, so if you jump on Gruff,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll take my turn, and then you can jump off Gruff and do your stuff. I think.
Effectively,
Yes.
yeah, you are doing a joint turn. You've basically lowered your initiative to 14, so you can work together on this one. But what you're doing is you can move, and it will count as part of Odette's move action to move with Gruff, and then from there, go on. Right. So effectively replacing Odette your normal move with Gruff's move for this turn. But otherwise, you have all the full actions of your turn available.
Okay. And like minor interaction, like physical interaction, would be getting on Gruff, basically.
Yeah,
Getting on Gruff is your movement action.
That would be an object interact. It's just free.
In 5e, it's not a minor action or a bonus action or anything. It's part of your movement to get on the horse. So yeah. All right. Grab Odette, and I am going to leave this thing's range of attack.
Okay. It's going to take a swing at you with its like twisted and gray floppy hands. That's not the right thing. That's the right thing.
Why we had to put floppy?
20 won't do it. Damn. You feel it like kind of rake across your armor, and it leaves a like dark scorch mark on your plate as you break contact with it. Go ahead and move.
All right, which I wave the Holy Avenger over to Pless. All right, and then we up to here. Boom. Or hold on, I guess because I moved now, I can't hold my attack action for later, right?
No, since you've already like dropped your order and initiative to hold effectively.
I can't do it again. Then I'm going to take a whack at him before I drive away.
Yeah,
I mean,
get
no
it.
reason not to.
Yeah, take a swing.
All right, you said I have a disadvantage to hit him right now.
Correct.
You know what? I'm gonna but lost a die. I'm going to take a swing and let's test this thing's metal. That is a 12. That is not going to be enough, probably.
12 total? No.
Yeah. All right, second attack. I'm going to use one of those points of advantage because there's too many of them. There's just too many.
Okay.
Which brings me up to 1 die.
Boop. Bring that down.
All right, that's more like it. That will be a... too many windows open. It is... I thought I wrote down the map for this so I'd stop having to look it up every time. It's 4, 7, 9, 19 to hit.
19, that'll hit. Roll damage.
Right. That is going to be 1d8 of physical. Ooh, nice. That's 12 magic slashing.
Okay.
That is... Oh, Jesus. That was boxcars. That is 12 radiant damage.
Woo!
Nice.
And just because it's my first time hitting one of these and it's ugly, I'm going to throw in a smite. Divine Smite, which is going to be an additional 3d8 because it is undead.
Yup.
God, I didn't realize Valen was so shallow.
10. It's really ugly. 13 more radiant damage, so 25
Whoa.
radiant. And then I ride away.
All right, good hit. It goes from looking intimidating to looking pretty messed up, but still scary.
Oh, and I get to, because I used my smite on an undead, I have a 1 in 20 chance. No, I did not get it.
No smite back. Alrighty.
I'm down to
cool.
3 spell slots.
Valen, you attack, you smite, you move. Odette, you are now effectively able to jump off of Gruff right next to the spell book.
Great. So I'm doing some quick math here.
I'm going to do this one first.
I-
Bonus action for attempt to unlock.
Yes.
Okay. It is a DC 10 Arcana check.
DC 10. You got it. Think that is a thing. Let me do that first. How long does it take? It's one action. Okay. I think what Odette is going to do, Odette is going to place her hands like near the book, near the chains and everything like that, and she says, "Book of Shadows, ancient relic of my family. No matter what else anybody may say, let what knowledge you have pass on to me, so I can break you free." And I'm going to cast Borrowed Knowledge
No, it
and
Oh,
give
fun.
myself proficiency in Arcana.
Dope. Okay, good move.
She does that, and I'm assuming just like bits of shadow and darkness, kind of kind of lick at my form out of
Try the
it,
two of you.
and her eyes alight bright and violet, and that would be. Okay, so that is nine. That is a dirty 20.
All right. The first lock on it unlocks, falls off, and disappears before it even hits the ground.
And she calls out to Valen. She's like, "Valen, thank you for the ride. It is going to get very dark in here."
That's 1 of 4. We're almost halfway there.
Yes.
We're halfway to halfway. Okay.
Let
You
it
get
be.
off of Gruff and make yourself some distance from me so you can be in your shade.
Yes, I am.
That whole event, you're working like a cone right now and pointed back at Bodok 1.
So it's funny. 3 people are now acting on 14s because we have Odette and Valen. Then we have Bodak 3, and then we have Bella and Corey actually all on 14s. Hilarious. Bodak 3. Let's see. Do some quick math.
Itzel is watching carefully.
Yep. Just ready. Yep.
Okay. Valen, you are just outside of this aura.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
But Odette.
I say, Odette, I don't know if you want to move that far away from me, but
Oh,
if you want to be in shadow, you would need to, so never mind.
Oh, wait a second. I can do. How close do I need to be to the book? Is this okay?
Within 10 feet.
10 feet. That's where I rolled up.
10 feet.
I rolled up 10 feet specifically so you could do your stuff.
Oh,
But
I see. Okay, well, then I'll stay here.
I can use my interception ability if you're within
Rude.
5.
Okay.
You got to be next to me there.
Mm-hmm.
Rude. Okay.
You got
Very
it.
cool.
Stay there.
Bodak 3 is going to go. Bodak 3 is going to move over here. And looks down at you, Bella.
No. Tell it to go back.
And I need you to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, please.
You can do it. It's 15. You can do it.
Yeah, swear to God, if this is another combat where I get knocked out from a saving throw and then I just basically die.
Question: This is undead. She's friends with the undead. Undead don't
Yes.
don't attack undead. They don't do that kind of time.
Is this a targeted thing or a passive?
This is not targeted. This is anybody within 30 feet.
Ah.
Does
Right,
it
hold on.
affect Necrocory, though?
Oh.
It does.
Okay.
Great. I mean, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Why would that ever
Yeah.
It'd be so sad if he gets.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'm doing this wrong. It's actually start at the start of your turn. It's gonna do something different.
Copious tears.
So am I doing the saving throw or not?
Nope.
Yeah.
So
It's going.
what he was saying earlier, because I chose not to look at it, I had disadvantage on attacks and saves. that choice was if I had chosen to look at it, then I'd be rolling the save for the damage.
Correct. So it's going to jump down, though. Again. Takes a d6 of damage.
Good.
3 damage from falling. It lands really hard. You hear its knees just kind of crack a little bit and creak. Just like, just old, you know? And then, like, those rubbery...
I guess this is what being over 30 is like.
It's like, yeah, you get it. And it starts attacking you. I'm just going to kill you for your youth if we're good with that. What is your aura against undead? What is the DC for them to attack you? I believe it's 13?
DC 15 wisdom saving throw. If they want to target me.
I would love to target you. 17. Okay. So it's going to attack you.
Yeah, bitch.
All right. And its hands light up with necrotic energy as it starts just like reaching the claw at you. That's a nat 1. That won't hit.
Good.
The other one, though, will, out of 15.
Shit.
That's high. All right.
Is that a person or a cat?
That was me.
Okay.
You take 12 points of necrotic damage. As it just proceeds to rake these, weird rubbery hands. It's almost like a Halloween mask, like the feeling of like that strange like latex rubbery nonsense. But as weird as that would be, the like pulsing necrotic, almost burning sensation that comes across your skin as you make contact with it is just awful. As you feel like parts of your skin just like actively dying or eroding where it touches you. Yeah, that's move and action. Okay.
You don't get any HP back on short rests unless you use hit dice, right?
Yep, correct.
Cool. I'm fucked. Let's do this.
Well, Bella, it is.
You used hit die because.
So I used basically all of my hit dice to recover from the last fight where she got knocked. She basically died. And I was still only about half strength. So, like, yes, technically, I had, like, a couple D6s I could have rolled to, like, get a little bit back. But, like, it's gonna be rough. Bella is she's a big old nerd. She's not built for this.
First question I'm going to ask you for your turn is, do you avert your eyes to avoid making eye contact with this thing?
You're the one that told us not to.
Yeah, I think, she, just sort of does one of these and shoots Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay, cool. You're at disadvantage, but it can't do some things to you.
Cool. All right, let's try this.
Corey's also going to follow suit and kind of cover his panther face with one paw.
So that is going to be a... Oh, wait. I have to roll another one.
Mm-hmm. Disadvantage.
Fuck. I missed the other one. So that's a 13.
How obviously hurt is Bella?
I think it's pretty obvious.
Okay.
And you're remembering to add the +2 from your rod, right? Blade, whatever, your packed rod?
Yes.
Can you cast spells? I keep trying to remember to do that with my sword now. It's 4 for the strength, and 4 for the proficiency, and 2 for the sword, and yeah.
It should be a +10.
Yeah, so that would have made it a 14, but I'm assuming that still doesn't hit.
It does not. First beam just goes wide to the right and slams into one of the wall behind you. Second attack, you got 2.
Okay, so that is going to be a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sweet.
Is that a natty boy?
No.
No. Okay.
I rolled a 10 and an 11 that time, so...
Gotcha. Hey.
You would think that I would remember all the dice I need to have out for this game, but you would be incorrect.
All about those D10s as a warlock.
+6. Okay. Roll out Necrocore's thing as well. Oh, shit.
Necrocore coming in clutch.
Necrocore's going to hit for sure.
Is he though?
So that's going to be a 10 for my damage.
10 force damage. To Bodak 3. Nice. Good hit. It recoils from that blast, and as it does, Necrocore takes the opportunity to kind of lunge in and bite its ankles.
Hell yeah, Corey.
Disadvantage. Yep, still good. And it does 7 points of damage, which is kind of nice. It's going to force the thing to make a Constitution saving throw. That might be useful. Okay, and the Bodak 3 starts to like seize and lock up from Necrocore's bite because it failed the shit out of that throw. So,
very cool.
Seems like it's paralyzed or something.
Yes.
So, cool.
You want to try to move away from it? Probably not. You can't survive very many attacks of opportunity. If it can't move, can it attack her if she tries to move away?
Let me check. Let's see. Can't take actions or reactions. Yeah, you can move away.
Do it.
Get out of there!
Okay, so then I'm going to... the unfortunate thing is there is nowhere in this room where I can be 30 feet away from all of them simultaneously.
Now we're pretty thoroughly spread out, but if you get closer to me, I can heal. Of course, there's one between me and you.
Just run.
I can heal you with.
The druid can also heal.
Yes. I know I haven't gone yet, but.
So I think she's going to basically just run around to the far side of this column thing.
Okay. Corey's going to follow you.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're doing it! Cool. Bodak 2 is going to go. Right? Yep, that's everybody. Bodak 2.
The worst sequel.
Is focused on the two of you. So now lurch forward a little bit. And I did not ask this to Odette, but I'll ask it now. Are you also not looking at them?
Oh, she is not looking at them at all.
Okay.
She is concentrating. Cool. She is doing what she can without looking at anything at all.
Okay. It does something different and weird. It kind of lurches a little closer to you. This only affects one creature. Okay. And its mouth starts to just... It almost inhales and fills itself with, like, necrotic energy, just kind of crackling and bubbling out of its mouth, and just hurls it towards you. I need you to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, please.
You got it.
Odette specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. And is this considered an attack?
This is a saving throw.
I'm saying what it's doing. Is this considered an attack?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's forcing a saving throw, not attacking.
Not attacking. All right.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. What are you trying to do? Because I want to make sure you can do it or not.
My defensive fighting style is if someone hits a friendly within 5 feet of you with an attack.
Gotcha. No, he's not rolling to attack. He is forcing a saving throw.
No, it's not to block the attack. It absorbs some damage with the shield. I intercept some of the damage, but that's fine.
I'm good with that. You can absorb some damage.
Okay.
It's not an AoE. It's pointed. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Okay. That would be. I got it. Exactly 13.
Okay.
11 plus 2 con.
Go.
I'm sorry, that's even better because I'm right next to my best friend. So that would be. Yeah.
And you rolled a disadvantage?
14, 15, 16, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you do roll with disadvantage.
I'm sorry?
Roll the disadvantage because you're not looking at
Rolled
it?
at disadvantage, never mind. Well, that's a lot different. That would be 3 from you, 2 from me. That's 5 plus 3. So that's 8.
Okay. It is
Right.
18 necrotic damage towards you. Valen, if you wanted to try to take half, you can.
I will absorb a d10 plus 3 of that.
Okay.
Let me see if I can do anything with my Rhapsody. Let me see.
I absorb 10 of the damage on the shield.
Okay, you take 10 necrotic. Odette, you take the other 8.
God, is it a missile by chance?
It is not.
That's all right. Thank you, Valen. All right.
It's effectively a fucked up Eldritch Blast that works on saving throws instead of attack rolls.
Got it.
Very cool. And it advances a little bit towards you. It kind of stops there. Okay. Itzel, you're up.
Yay! Okay. And Bella, you said you're looking pretty bad?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to do some something for Bella. I apologize. Bella and Corey both take 10 necrotic damage.
Oh.
As you are just in proximity to these creatures, you can feel them ripping away your life force. Just being in the same room with them is quickly sapping your life. Yeah. All right, sorry. Go ahead. I think it's
Okay.
you're also.
That's
Well,
great.
you haven't ended your turn yet. Go ahead.
I mean, I haven't done anything yet, but and Bella is looking bad. Yes.
Yeah, she was already looking kind of rough. I don't know if that additional 10 damage was even worse for her, but
it probably didn't help.
I mean, no, got that part. And then the one that they were just around is paralyzed.
Yes, you see it's kind of like twitching weirdly and like locked up, like it can't quite move its limbs the way it wants to and is struggling.
Yeah.
From whatever Corey did to it.
Okay. All right. All right. I want to do a cool thing, but I think we're gonna save Bella from being like destroyed first. That's probably a better plan. So, Bella, let's. I also can't get rid of our disadvantage because they're all too far away from each other right now. I was
That
gonna
is the
do
other
fairy
question.
fire, but they're all spread out, so it's fine.
Do you choose not to look at them? Because that's part of your turn as well.
Yeah, yes, but I'm not.
Okay.
I
Sure.
mean, the first thing I'm doing is looking at Bella, so that's. So we're gonna throw some healing word on you.
Okay.
So it's gonna look like a little like rain of little like meteor shower is gonna like speckle down over Bella. We're gonna throw some healing word at you.
Heck yeah.
Okay. I'm having a moment. Do I have to roll this to hit, or am I?
Nope, you just roll
Yeah,
d4s.
All right, great.
It's like, hold on, let me heal you. Just stay still.
So 7 points of healing, Bella.
Okay. Hope that's a little better.
Okay. And then so this will be at disadvantage. So I'm in my archer form, so I'm going to shoot a luminous arrow at one of the Bodaks.
Okay, which one?
I'm thinking, are they numbered? Bodak 1.
Probably.
I would recommend 3 because since it is paralyzed, you get advantage on attacks.
Yes, but it's also not going anywhere in the mean. Okay. Yeah, sure. All right, fine. We'll do 3.
Your call. I just want to make you aware of the mechanics.
Yeah, but it wasn't going anywhere right now, so like I can worry about him later. All right.
That's a threat in this moment. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I want to hit 1.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You're at disadvantage.
Well, we have 7 advantage points.
Okay, well the worst of one was what? 11. So that's not going to do it. No? Okay, great. So let's use an advantage point.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not any better because the worst one of that one was a 5, which is worse. So that's, yeah. Okay, never mind. Nope. Luminous arrow.
Did you roll twice using the advantage point? Because if you would have just re-roll once, so just take that better of the 2 rolls.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. Yeah, but that still would have given me, if it's a disadvantage with the... Oh, you're just saying it cancels?
I'm sorry, if you're...
All right, I'll take it. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Fine. Yes. All right. The math of that is okay. It's fine. In that case, yes, definitely hits it because that's a 22.
Okay. Yep. Hit.
Yeah. Okay.
And roll damage.
Great. And luminous arrow is a D10 plus something. I take it back. It's a D8 plus something. It's fine. I definitely know my own spells. Nice. That's 12 points of luminous radiant damage.
It doesn't like that.
On 1.
He's up to 37 points of radiant he's taken at this point.
Yeah, that was Bodak 1. Did I put on the wrong Bodak? My bad. Looking real messed up. So, cool. And you have move action. Do you want to move or you stay where you're at?
Nope, staying where I am.
Okay. You also are subject to that terrible life-draining aura that is around them and take 10 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, fuck, am I within? Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Cool. Hell yeah, top of the order. So, Fallon, you're still acting on Odette's turn, but so Bodak 1's going to go.
Not anymore. No, that was just to get her up here. She got off the horse.
Correct, but when you drop your initiative, so if you hold your action, it just triggers and you stay on normal thing. If you drop your initiative to do something on somebody else's turn, that becomes your new initiative.
Okay.
Because it's easier for bookkeeping tracking, and it doesn't mess up the initiative order.
Okay.
But Bodak 1 is going to... do an interesting thing, I think. Yeah. Bodak 1 is going to move. Take a double move. Do that. Then, yeah. It's going to lurch this way. Go over towards this Bodak. Seeing that it's paralyzed, grabs it by the face, and its weird mouth completely unhinges, and it proceeds to inhale and just absorb this other Bodak. This thing screeches in terror and horror as it is just consumed entirely by Bodak 1. Bodak 1 starts to look a lot better and begins radiating more necrotic energy around it as if it's like power has increased from this move. Cool. Odette, Valen, you're up.
But now there's nothing between you two and us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was the range on that taking necrotic damage?
30 feet.
Approximately 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, I'm way too close. All right, nothing we can do about that.
Um,
Just gonna put myself here to block line of sight if I can.
great.
I'm going to assume that people are continuously not making eye contact with this thing until you tell me otherwise.
Correct. That won't be a problem in a second. I'm just trying to find the best one that I can, and it looks like I just have this. That's fine. I'm just reading a spell really quickly. Okay, so what Odette does is she has like this little pendant that is like small and black. It's kind of like a little bead, like it was like almost kind of like obsidian or something like that. If you look very closely on the book that we have right here, there's the same little black bead. So it looks almost exactly the same, but it's missing from her own book that she's carrying. She like spins once and then spins again and starts like kind of like mist rising from the ground. This darkness starts swirling around Valen and her, and starts centering itself on that little piece of jewelry. And basically, she cast darkness using Rhapsody on that piece of jewelry. That means if she wants to, she can clasp it or put like a little baggie or like a piece of fabric around it. That should be 15 by 15, so or 15 diameter. That is a gear.
Yeah, I don't have a darkness token. So that's what you're going to get.
That's what I get.
Place it where you would like.
It is centered on me if it's worth anything.
Okay.
But I know that I'm assuming Valen can probably dodge out of it, but this means that we don't have to close our eyes anymore. Odette can actually see perfectly in the darkness.
This is true.
So she repositions you just a little bit, Valen. She just says, like, you hear a voice like in the darkness saying, "Just trust me, trust me." There, that is where he is facing. And then she reaches out and starts trying to unlock the next lock.
Okay, I need a DC 13 Arcana check from you, please.
Yes, you got it. A 13. Got it.
13.
And I get a. Do I get a plus? Do I get any kind of bonus from being around my best friend, or is that only saving throws?
That's only saving throws.
Only saving throws. That's okay.
Do you want to use the guidance? We had 3 different people buy guidance earlier, so we should have 2 of them in the.
For me?
Yes, earlier when you needed the guidance, the chat helped out.
Yeah, I don't need it this time, guys. I promise I'll use it when I start failing. But I got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14.
Okay. The second
so
lock.
Just beating it.
For a second, you concentrate and nothing happens. And then you redouble your efforts, and the lock clicks open, falls, and disappears before it hits the ground.
Halfway there, my friend.
Halfway there.
Now, what I was going to say earlier, you could now move away. You have to be within 10 feet when you do your bonus action, but we can absolutely bob back and forth to move out of this thing's pain range.
Pain range, I like that. Yeah,
that's true. I can't see myself.
You need to move your darkness away a little bit.
So, yes. Let me see. So, put it back where you had it. I know exactly where I want to go. Kind of like right there.
I know. You hate this.
You can barely see the outside.
Sounds
Are
good.
you still within 30 feet?
30 feet?
30 feet of Bodak 2 is the pain range.
Yeah.
let me.
That's where you
let me
will
do
take
some
10
quick
points
math.
of damage if you stay there.
30. Oh, you are completely correct.
Oh, it's worse. It's 5 per.
5 what?
5 per Bodak. So if you're in overlapping ranges, it could stack up to 15 in this room.
Oh, yay.
Gotcha,
Or
that's
more.
Oh,
what
so
I
it would
was
only
saying.
be 5 for us.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So wait a second.
But if you got rushed by them,
got
it
it.
would be terrible.
I'm trying to position myself in such a way that I'm 35 feet away from him and still within range. Okay, so I'm all. Can I move that? I can't.
I'll put this back when you're done.
Yeah, get me. Is it this? Is this 35?
I'll say nothing back in there is 35 feet. You'd have to go like this corner over here.
Yeah, it's only 25 feet to the window. You got to get back to the corner,
Oh, like over here?
like over here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did
Okay.
not see that earlier.
You better
Okay.
move out of range. Cool.
Right.
right.
So yeah. So
Action,
I go
move
over
action,
here.
bonus action. Cool.
It should be
This is
still
centered on Odette. Yep.
It's centered on me, but
It does not move with you.
it does. It moves with my object.
Oh, with your. I'm sorry. You put it on an object. Yes, you're right.
On her necklace.
You're right. Okay.
So Odette basically like she's just like darkness is moving, and she moves back, and she's like, if you need to, come here.
Yeah, for a couple seconds, everything just goes black, Valen, and you hear Odette just running around. You hear like the clicking noise of a lock. You hear these Bodaks screaming in the darkness, and then lights come back on.
Cool.
You're up.
There's probably stuff that I could do, but I don't want to waste spell slots. And this thing hasn't taken any damage yet, but so far it hasn't done anything that helpful yet either. So I'm going to come in the darkness too. Odette, have you taken a bunch of damage? How are you feeling?
Only 17 damage out of 63. She's not happy with any damage, but she looks like she is healthy enough to like keep on moving.
Okay. Cool. So you move into the darkness. All right. You definitely can't see that thing, so you're good.
Can I hold an attack until something comes within range? I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
So he can't even be surprised in like darkness, can he?
In combat, I cannot be surprised.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
We just need to get you blind fight.
That'd be dope. Bella, you're up. You can see her from around the corner. Bodak 1 seems to have slightly grown in size and is just crackling with all this necrotic energy from the other entity it has just consumed. Clearly, in a moment of weakness, it just ate the closest thing to it that was most vulnerable. Ate its heart, gained its power.
Is his pain aura still only 5, or is it doubled now?
It is still only 5 based on the mods I made. I thought that would be too fucking crazy. Because it can do some other dumb shit now.
Well, first thing I'm going to do is move here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pew Bodak 1.
Pew indeed. All right. Still a disadvantage unless you're choosing to look at it.
I will not.
All right. Fire away. Yeah, it looks a lot healthier than it did a second ago, which is concerning. But
especially since it's undead. What does a healthy undead look like?
Right?
Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
Damn. Okay.
It's close.
Well, then this definitely won't because I got a 3. So.
Okay.
Firing blind.
I think what Necrocore is going to do to make your life easier on one of these, because he did say he would. Okay, let me ask you this. He said it would help you. What do you want him to do? In basic commands, like, I want you to help me. I want you to fight. I want you to distract.
I mean, what he did last turn seemed pretty great.
Yeah.
I know. Just keep doing that.
Okay. Necrokori runs in and is going to try to bite again at disadvantage. It was a nat 20 and a 5, and the 5's not going to do it. So, runs in, bites around this thing's ankles, just gets a good, like, jaguar or panther chomp on his leg. Like, starts trying to tear at it, and the Bodak just stares at Necrokori, and you see, like, the ears kind of go down, and he just releases the leg and kind of backs up a bit. As it just weird leathery, like, plastic, or the weird, like, rubbery skin doesn't seem to have any effect there. Unfortunate. All right, Bodak 2 is going to go. Sorry, Bella, do you have any bonus actions you wanted to do?
No, not this. I'm good since I've gotten myself kind of as far away from the various Bodaks as I think I can in the room.
Okay. Have this thing make an intelligence check, because there's some things that it would do that would be helpful, and there's some things that it do that would be not helpful. All right. Bodak 1. You glance up for about half a second, Bella, and Bodak 1 is staring directly at you. You very quickly avert your eyes, but it seems as if there is a strange level of animosity that almost feels like personal recognition. Raises a single hand. I gotta pull this up real quick. And casts a spell at you. I want to make the wisdom saving throw, actually, make sure it can still target you. You said it was 15, right?
15 wisdom.
Okay, that is 15 on the dot. Okay. Fuck. Need it. I need Bella to make a... Yeah, fuck! I need Bella to make a DC 18 dexterity saving throw as this thing points a single finger at you, and a just bolt of pure black necrotic energy flies towards you. In just a razor thin line.
I'm going to take one of the pool, because I rolled in that one.
I'll say this. You're more than welcome to take one from the pool. Failing this could be very narratively interesting. It is your call.
Narratively interesting the same way it was narratively interesting when I failed in the first room of the book dungeon. Because I have 20 HP.
I think you're about to be overwhelmed with emotional memories that might be helpful.
That might be true.
Your call.
I would say, Bella, you're a warlock. You know how to barter and bargain. Barter and bargain with the GM. What else are you going to give her? Come on.
There you go. How much it worth to you?
You are 100% welcome to take the advantage. This will be narratively interesting if you fail.
It's Bella. The corpse you're fighting is the original Bella.
It was me the whole time! And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids!
Alright, fine. I'll keep my nat 1.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it doesn't matter which was it again, that this was Constitution.
Dexterity.
Alright, that's me a big ol' 3 as my final score.
Hell yeah. I will put one more back in the pool for you being a good sport. That is very cool. Oh man. Here we go.
Here we go. Let's see what I just agreed to.
Well, I had this contingency in mind, and I didn't think it would come up, but here we are.
Am I going to become a Bodak? Am I just going to play the rest of the game as a Bodak, and they're just going to have to like put up with me lumbering around, being pure evil?
No, don't let her.
Well, wait a second. Give us your best Bodak.
Oh yeah, I do want to see your Bodek impression. And
I'm sorry. I'm not a peak of my game today. We'll have to save my Beldak impression for another time.
Beldak, absolutely wonderful.
Love it.
You said you have 20 HP.
I have 20.
Dope. You are struck by a bolt of pure necrotic energy.
There you go.
Cool.
Um,
For 21 damage.
no, it's for a lot more. It can only do this thing once, which is really cool, but you were a target for a reason. Everyone else, you see Bella standing there. For a second, you see this like bolt of just thin line of necrotic energy connect with her, and everything that is Bella, like minus non-magical items, just explodes in a pile of ash and dust. As
Narratively interesting.
trust me.
I don't know. Do we?
So it'll be really narratively interesting for Jen to have to roll up a brand new character.
Bella too. As you are hit by the disintegrate spell and take 73 points of force damage. Okay. So all of you just watch Bella just like get hit with this, and then her skin just turns to gray ash and just falls, and there's just a pile of dust and a few items littered about where she was standing.
I would just like to point out this is the second time you have disintegrated one of my characters in the campaign you are running. Alas, poor kitty, we knew ye well.
I forgot about that.
She got better. It will be pretty hilarious if this is the second time you have both disintegrated one of my characters and then brought it back from the dead.
What is Bella's?
Because if I had a nickel for every time you disintegrated and then revivified one of my characters, I'd have 2 nickels. But it's strange that it's happened twice. Yes, moving on.
What is Bella's last thought as this connects
Oh God.
with you? Because there's a moment where like you know this is happening, and you can think a lot faster than everything else around you. So you have a few moments to like pause and realize what's going on.
I think she just thinks of her family and goes, "I'm sorry I failed you," in her head.
Okay, and with that lingering thought on your mind,
yeah, I am a failure.
Reality ceases to exist around you, and you slip into blank nothingness.
Great.
We'll put a pin in this. All right.
That's a great place to end for the night. Thanks, folks.
Bodak 1 shrinks back to its normal size and seems to have much less power than it did a second ago. It cannot do that multiple times.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Okay. God damn. Itzel.
Yeah, no, great. This is wonderful. So she's gonna scream first.
Good start, yeah.
Like you just, yeah. I give no shits about Necrocory. So my initial thought actually wasn't going to involve him, but now maybe it will.
Odette and Valen have seen nothing, but they just heard that scream, and they're like, "That didn't sound good."
That sounds really bad.
No, like come out of the bottom of her, like the pit of her stomach kind of scream. Because we just watched Bella turn to ash, and yeah, or like we knew you were the vulnerable one, but like we healed you last time, just didn't. Yep. Great. Yeah. No, we're mad. So let's do. I was gonna do something that, but once again, I don't give a shit about Corey. So let's build a flaming sphere now because I feel like it. And I think that's okay, second level. Great. So, we're gonna do a nice little okay. So let's put it like right between them. Like right because they'll both be because it's 5 foot. So like basically centered between Corey and the Bodak one.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I have a fire emblem? I don't. I'll go back to
I do
this.
appreciate
They
the
have to
skills
make
on
a
character now.
dexterity saving throw. So it
Okay.
should be a 16.
How big is it? 5 feet or 10?
It's 5 foot.
Okay. You want to get Necrocory in it too? Okay.
Yes.
Necrocory rolls a nat 1. Fuck yeah. And the Bodak.
He's in shock. He just watched Bella, his ticket out of here, disappear.
He's like, we're doing it. Oh, shit! Bodak rolls a crisp 7.
Great. All right. So.
Roll damage.
That wasn't fantastic. That's fine. Okay. So they're each going to take 5, which is not fantastic.
Okay.
But we're going to also luminous arrow that Bodak one.
And that's fire damage?
No, and that's a nat 20. Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah. Roll double.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, but I still have disadvantage on him, though, don't I? I mean, he's on fire right now, though. So, like, do I?
So.
Use one of the points. Keep that nat 20.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's fine. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, that wasn't fantastic. So even with the double, that's only 12 radiant damage on Bodak 1. But
So good.
still.
It's starting to look hurt again. Even after it cast that spell, it looked like it was a lot smaller and had a lot less power, and now you're just chipping away at it, and it looks rough.
Great, but it's not dead. And Necrocory, I assume, is still with us.
Yeah, that Crory is still up as well. At least taking some damage.
Great. All right, I am going to move. We're going to, at the very least, get, like, right next to where Bella was.
Okay.
And see if we got something. Is her stuff there? Or is
her magical stuff is still there.
So, like, her bag with the scroll, for instance, is that still
Prior
there?
badge, the resurrection scroll sticking out of
Okay,
it.
great. All right, so I'm going to move, and we'll deal with that next turn, I guess. But yes.
Now, keep in mind, those are scrolls of Revivify.
Revivify do not restore body parts. You have to have a corpse.
So,
I mean,
Okay, still.
Dust,
All right.
dust is corpses, right?
It's dust.
Dust is finely powdered corpse. Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's still solid technically. It's just really really tiny solids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that is the resurrection spell that I have too, so I can't do any better than that scroll.
Okay, well I can't do anything this turn, so this is where I am. I'm
Very cool.
over 30 feet away from the Bodak,
Question:
yeah.
but
Is Gray's locket still there?
we're not touching that.
That's good. Good question.
It is.
Was that it is a good question, or it is still there?
It is still there.
Okay.
Are you inside the locket with Gray now? You're a warlock patron now! Yay!
That cabin scene apparently was premonition. Yeah, no. He made you dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magical items remain because it instantly disintegrates all large and smaller non-magical objects as part of the spell. So, hell yeah. I appreciate the trust. Bodak 2 is going to move.
Bring it on, old man.
And it's going to start just wandering towards you. Isn't exactly sure where you are. It's going to target 1 to 10 as Valen. 11 to 20 is Odette. That's a 9, so 1 to 10 is Valen. All right, it's going to shoot at disadvantage at you. I'm sorry. It will actually force you to make a Constitution saving throw, but since it can't see you, you'll have advantage.
Okay. But I already had disadvantage, so it just evens out.
Yeah.
You said con?
Yes, please. It's DC 13. Not very high for you.
That should be fine.
Me too?
Just me.
No, just for Valen. You can only target one of you.
That's a 15.
How is he targeting us? Is this magical darkness?
He's lobbing it in my direction. That's why I had advantage on the save.
Actually, you are correct. It needs to be able to have line of sight, and it can't do that.
Oh.
Very
It's going to come into the darkness with you all.
I was holding an attack for this. I was like, who's it coming?
Nope. Go nuts. Go ahead and attack.
Yay.
So it just wanders into the shadows?
Yeah, it wants to attack you. It can't do that, so it's just going to go into the pool of darkness to try and see what it can do. It cannot see in the dark. Not that kind of dark, anyway.
That
Odette
is...
kind of like turns you just a little bit, and she's like, there.
It's like it's hitting the pinata. I got a 23.
Fuck yeah. Roll damage.
All right. Pull up the sheet again. That is 10 magic slashing. 11 radiant. Nice. That radiant's getting work done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw... You know what? We seem to be doing well. I'm going to throw a big one. We're going to throw a level 3 Divine Smite on him, which is going to be 5d8 radiant damage.
All right, before you roll, what was the number you did for your attack again?
That was 10 magic slashing.
Okay.
11 radiant.
Got it. Thank you.
2. 10. 11. 14.
Okay.
17 radiant damage on the smite.
Good hit. Damn.
And did not succeed on my 1 in 20.
This thing's starting to look pretty hurt too.
Oh, and you know what? Just for the hell of it, I'm going to use my Channel Divinity Divine Inspiring Smite to give 2d8 plus 9 hit points, which is 20. I have 20 hit points to give out.
Okay. Is that within 30 feet?
Within 30 feet, which I guess is just Odette. Odette, have 20 hit points.
That's great. I was down 17. That's perfect.
Perfect.
You're up to plus 3.
All right.
Woo.
Because those are temporary hit points, not a heal, so you get to keep all 20.
Oh, I do, for real?
You can go above and beyond. They just go away at the end of the combat, so if you were below 0, you were in trouble.
All right.
I love it. Great. Perfect.
Good turn. Odette, you're up.
Yes. Odette.
Oh, you do end within 5 feet of the Bodak, so take 5 necrotic.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that'd be
It's the Bodak's turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right as hell.
Clear. I was holding my action, but it's his turn. Oh, I get a second attack, don't I? Because I held my action?
You get 1 for ready to action, but it goes right into your turn, so you can attack again.
Okay, does he do anything on his turn? He wandered in here and I smacked him.
Yeah, he actually is going to try and attack you. Geez, thank you for that. Good integrity.
Disadvantage, I think.
That first one's definitely not going to hit. Disadvantage. 14. Set 21. Fuck yeah. Second one does hit. So you feel those like hands again, just like kind of clawing through the darkness, trying to connect to something. And it finally does gain purchase somewhere. And it was going after Valen, so this would be 11 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And that's the extent of that. I lost the die. All right. Cool. That was its turn. Now it's Val and Odette.
Can we move concurrently so we can stay in the darkness together?
Sure.
Hold hands.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Odette has seen through the darkness, and like just is speechless at what has happened to Bella. Her voice catches in her throat, and she feels like a sob kind of come out, and she decides whether or not to tell Valen or not. And she says, "Valen, we're going to move. Follow me. I will get you around this creature." And I'm going to. I think I can move this. I can move this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to right now. I have to figure out how far away from this I have to get it. Basically, to right. Oops. Right here. And then I'm gonna move myself right here to see if this is.
And you and Valen are moving simultaneously. I assume,
are.
Valen, you want to try to tank the attack? All right. It's fucking that one. All right.
Does he even know that we're moving to initiate an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Like if
so
we were invisible,
it would still get advantage on it. It would still get disadvantage on it, but it's aware of the fact that you are moving and it's just blindly swinging at you.
Got it. All right, so I'm gonna put you here. When we finally move,
it missed terribly.
I'm sorry.
It missed terribly.
Oh, it missed terribly. Great. Odette says, "Valen, I still have 2 more locks. I am so sorry, but we must hold this ground. But Bella has fallen." And she like holds like her like tiny hands kind of like hold his. We have to do this, or all is lost.
All right, Val's super pissed. He's going to move in front and ready himself to hit this thing, but
Odette just minorly adjust you.
No. Bella went down.
Yes.
Valen steps outside of the shadow. He's still going to stay there to protect you, but he's also super mad. And I'm going to use. Hello, cat. I'm going to use one of the abilities my sword got that I've never used before, which is cast 5 Scorching Rays.
Oh, yeah!
God.
I forgot about that one. All right, let's go.
But here's the kind of the bad part. He looks at the bow deck to do it.
Okay. I roll your attack, and I will roll... I'll ask you for a saving throw when you're done the attack, but go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to roll 5 attacks. One is that's a 26. That's probably
Hit.
good.
Wait
Keep going.
I have a question.
Hit. Keep going.
I have a question.
3.
I have a quick question. I know we're moving concurrently. Never mind. I don't think that would super help.
3.
3 is a 29.
Hit.
4 is a 13.
Miss.
And 5 is a 24.
4 hits. Roll them out.
All right.
That's what, 8d6, I think?
D6 fire damage. Oh. And see, this is just so that everybody is clear. This is how I roll with my 2d6. That is a 1 and a 6. That's just how my luck always goes. So that's the first one is 7. And then the second one is 7.
Okay, 7.
Third one is 8. So we're at 22.
Yep.
And the fourth one was 10. 32 fire damage.
Hot damn.
You out points started to screams and just blast this thing.
That will kill it. However, I am going to make you make the saving throw because this is concurrent.
I have a question. I know we're moving kind of concurrently. Can Odette move forward to encompass him in darkness and prevent eyesight?
I'm going to say no because if he gets the lack of disadvantage, then he takes the consequence.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay with this playing out narratively.
Okay.
DC 15 Constitution saving throw, please.
And I'm probably going to use the point of inspiration on this. Do you want me to decide that first?
Roll first and then decide.
Because I got pretty good con save. Ooh. That is exactly 15.
Okay. Dope. You don't just
Yay!
get completely
Overdid, yeah.
Let's see. 10, 20. Take 10 necrotic. Sorry, take 10 psychic damage. As you make eye contact with this thing, and you see a series of horrifying events. First and foremost, Bella being just disintegrated into ash, followed by Itzel, followed by Odette, and lastly, followed by you, unable to save all of your friends, and then joining them in a massive pile of death, dust, and ash. And as you shake this vision out of your mind, it just lingers with you for a moment, realizing that could very well be the truth of this situation. But you were not killed.
Yay!
So, very cool. And then Odette, let's see, goes move an action from Valen. Odette, you still have an action and a bonus action.
Great.
I have to take the bullet off the table.
Oh, God. And I keep forgetting every fucking combat that I'm mounted, and I'm supposed to have advantage attacking anything smaller than smaller than large size.
Oh, shit.
Don't worry about it. It's my fault.
You took that thing down, though.
Been there. I understand. Okay, I need to see what my range is. I don't think I have. It's all right. Okay. What's the range on Eldritch Blast again?
120.
You are a sick
120.
son of a...
I'll be good.
Gonna kill that dog.
Odette,
Oh, shit! Get the sub!
He's the
Thanks,
bad
Jen.
guy.
All the bad guys.
Welcome to the party. Yeah, we're killing players here. Or killing characters, I guess. I'll kill the players later. It's going to involve driving around a bit, but because that's what's going to really happen. If you die in the combat, I'll just get my car and come over to your house and be like, "All right, sorry, I got to do it. It's for the, for the
I
gram."
have a pretty good lead time, so catch me if you can, bitch.
Fair. It sounds like a challenge. Sassy, I love it.
Odette moves forward and just places a hand on Valen's shoulder. She does glance. I think I have line of sight there. If not, I can move it over a little bit. But I want to see if I can look at the Bodak and shoot a little blast down there.
You can.
I can?
You can. And
Okay.
actually, it can't see you because you can see the magical darkness. It can't see you back.
Correct.
So you can make this.
This is where I'm shining, or opposite of shining. So
Yeah.
I want to describe this attack like this. Odette doesn't fire like a blast of shadow. Again, it's kind of like that film noir kind of like close up of the eyes and kind of like a glance, like a kind of like a I dare you kind of glance, and then like a close up of whatever her enemy is, just kind of like being staggered by the force of her gaze a little bit, just to kind of put a different spin on it. So she does that through the darkness, and I want to see if I can toss this Eldritch Blast.
Hell yeah, get it.
All right.
Yeah, your darkness keeps you safe from retribution. Good.
It does. Well, that's a natural one, so never mind. But she, a tear just kind of falls down her eye, down her face, and she just can't bring herself to do it.
You got a second beam.
What?
You got 2 attacks.
Do I?
Yeah.
At 3rd level?
Cantrip scale based on your character.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's another natural one.
Oh my god!
So distraught.
I think we're at like 8 or 9 nat ones in this combat right now. I rolled like 4 tonight myself.
I'm
Which is just awful.
not too worried about it. Story-wise, she summons the power and she simply just like closes her eyes and like kind of sobs instead, and she turns her attention fully to the lock instead. I'm going to use a different 20.
Okay, I would like a DC 16 Arcana check from you, please.
What the hell?
So,
You can't see that. That's a natural 20.
Did you roll in that 20?
I did.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right, good. Good. That's awesome, because I can't do the thing I was going to do to you now. So, the third lock...
The balance of the universe.
Yeah, the third lock unlocks, and again, falls to the ground and disappears before it hits. The book starts to shake, as if trying to just open up and fighting back against the final lock on it.
Valen.
I was going to say also, because I killed somebody on my turn, we both have a heroism. Looks like combat's just about done, but still good to know.
What does heroism do?
I mean, you clock 3 more of those weird signatures in other books.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I've just been rolling poorly.
All right, so you have 3 temporary hit points from this that come back at the beginning of every turn.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
And you're immune to fear.
Got it. Odette simply, like, as she turns around, she says, "Third lock is down. We are so close. Valen, you are so brave. Just don't do anything too dangerous. We can't afford to lose you two."
We're going to make sure we do this.
Yes.
All right. Bella, you're up.
Is she?
Is she? Don't be mean.
Now, if you just want to stay in the prone for your turn, it's not...
I'm gonna sign off and go find something else to do with my night.
No, I appreciate you trusting me with this. I would like you, if you would be so kind, to make a wisdom saving throw. Actually, I'm sorry. This would be charisma. This is a charisma saving throw.
You want to blow on my dice for me, Messalina?
Messalina's like, I don't care if you live or die.
She really wasn't. She
just
like
feed
zero
me.
interest.
Yeah. I love her so much.
So that is going to be a 23.
Awesome. You depart this world with that thought of your mind that you've failed your family, you've failed everyone, and this is how you go out. And for a moment, there is just nothing but darkness. And you are shocked with a sudden sensation. The same type of feeling that you have when you've just drifted off to sleep, and then you fall out of sleep and wake up in your bed. Kind of start. This happens to you. You wake up with disorientation around you. You hear beeping like alarms are going off, right? As your eyes slowly start to adjust and like you start to try to figure out the situation you're in. You start to see around you strange little screens made of crystal and bronze. Strange little setups. And this time, your hands immediately go up and hit the glass on the front of the tube that you're back in.
This entire campaign takes place in Bella's imagination.
What do you do?
I think I start beating on the glass and screaming to let me out.
All right, make an athletics check.
Let me just roll my die on my fancy extra life.
Look at you.
Ooh.
So fancy.
Athletics. I have a -1 in my athletics check. So that's going to be a 12.
Okay. You do manage to just like pound on this glass a little bit. There's no response when you push on it at first. You just start banging on it, kicking on it, screaming. And you manage to basically just punch a hole in this thing. It's not safety glass or anything, so part of it just shatters as you punch like a almost dinner plate hole in it. You do end up taking 4 points of slashing damage from the glass as your hand goes through. And you can like
let me
reach
just
out.
add that to my negative 50 something HP that I currently have.
Oh, dog, you're back at full health. There's not a scratch on you.
Woohoo!
Well,
It's actually a bizarre sensation because like the aches and pains that accumulate over life, especially adventuring life. There's that time you like really messed up your knees, that time you like fell 20 feet onto your back, there's that time you just had to like run an absurd amount of distance with just such heavy weight that it just messed up your spine and your neck, your shoulders. None of that's there. It's all gone. It feels fresh and brand new almost. As you punch through this kind of glass and you can reach out, there's a handle that you can release on the outside. And as you go to do so, you hear just like a lever give and the sound of like decompression as this tank swings open. And you are left in this room with just blaring alarms, weird screens, like I said, made of crystal, and devices propping them up made of like strange bronze and brass objects. You can see there is actually video, if you will, or a scrying image similar to what Dusty and Sunshine had up on one of the screens of what's happening in the library right now. And is centered on your disintegrated body. Do me one favor, make an investigate check, and then we're going to move on to the next thing.
Ooh. That is going to be a 20. Dirty 20.
You start to look around. The strange figure you saw when you were here last time doesn't seem to be here right now. Right? There's no weird floating like skull / vertebrae and like weird skull spectral hands that for you to encounter. But you suspect they're close by. As you look around, see these other screens in various different areas. Some you recognize, like you see one for Neverwinter, or you see one for somewhere close to the Undying Realms, though that one's like a little staticky and seems to be having malfunctions and blips. You see a couple from the bar you stayed at. You see one from the actual wedding venue in Neverwinter. And as you're trying to sort through that, you look back at the tanks. There are a dozen of them, including the one that you punched your fist through. Still stained a little bit with your blood. And you look back to see 11 other tanks with 11 other Bellas in them.
What?
Corey's gonna bite the bodak.
Sorry. Looking like Bella or looking like Jin?
Looking like Jin.
I was going to say, she was Jin the last time when she was in there. That's right.
Mm-hmm. And to be clear, yeah, you are Jin again. Yeah, actually, I think Corey has to save against the Flaming Sphere first. That'll maybe do it.
Fail.
17? 17 save?
Oh, for the Flaming Sphere?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does he take half damage?
He takes half damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
You're welcome.
I hate you, Jay Corey, so much.
All right, and I didn't even roll well, so he gets 1 fire damage.
Okay. That hurts.
It does, actually. Hurts me emotionally.
He's going to not look at the bodak, and he's going to try to bite it again. It's a 4 and a 3. That ain't gonna do shit. Good times. And then
Good
the
times.
Bodak is also going to start its turn, and I think Corey's actually going to move out of the fire. He's smarter than that. So he's going to scamper back this way towards you to try and help out. Opportunity attack from the Bodak. God damn, that one. Okay, and the Bodak's going to saving throw for the fire.
You changed die yet?
I have 2 that I keep going back and forth with, and it's not going well. That was a 4 for the saving throw. So, roll damage. Oh, wait, the second half of this combat's going to be stupid. I'm going to get like all nat 20s. What's the damage for the Bodak on the flame
Oh,
sphere?
I'm sorry. That was me. 10.
10? Oh, damn.
Yep.
It takes it. He's actually kind of looking rough. Okay.
Oh no, Corey.
Oh, Corey. Oh, no, you're not going to make it. Bodak's going to move away from the flame sphere. Get a little closer to you, Itzel. Make an intelligence check. And Itzel, you are the bigger threat. And it's going to ask you to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, please.
All right.
As it kind of inhales all that negative energy again, preparing to like make one of those weird pseudo eldritch blasts at you.
Fuck, 15?
15. Did you get it?
No, it's a 12. Oh. Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Before he tells me that I'm going to die, does anyone care if I take an advantage on this one?
Go for it.
You're more than welcome to.
Yeah. All right. Okay, that's still not gonna. Oh wait, is it? No, still doesn't make it. Almost closer, but no. Nope, still fail.
Okay. Reminder: you can also reaction cast guidance on yourself. Oh, I'm
Then-
sorry, that's not good for saving throws. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
giving
was
you
like, I
bad
don't-
advice. That's on me.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I can,
You can still cast reaction cast it on yourself. It just won't help.
but it's not gonna
That's
do
not
anything.
helpful
Yeah.
advice to- yeah.
So
So I'm sorry. You take 23 points of necrotic damage.
What about
23?
those 2 floating we had from the chat still?
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? Roll one.
okay,
How far away were you? Well,
very
let's
close, very close.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 4. So yeah, I make it.
Hell yeah. Okay.
That saves the day again.
Yes.
Cool. I take half. So
So
12,
is it a
11.
rolling round up? Then yes.
11. Round down.
Okay.
Cool. I take 11 necrotic damage as this thing just exhales a bolt of necrotic energy towards you.
Great.
And that is its turn. You're up. Itself.
Wonderful. All right, so let's do. I think I can move it. Yeah. Okay. Let's move that flaming sphere. Oh yeah, no problem at all. All right. Over top of
Okay.
him.
I believe he has to make it in the dex saving throw.
Yep.
That one is a 21.
Okay, so yes. So only half damage. 2.
Okay. 2 halved? Or
No,
2 total?
as in just 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, lightly on fire. Just more annoyed than anything else.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to shoot a luminous arrow at it.
Get it. This thing's looking pretty rough.
Good. 16 hit it.
16 does not.
Okay.
Arrow flies past
Arrow
it.
flies away. All right, and then no, I'm not gonna move.
Okay. Cool. At the end of your turn, you take 5 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to leave Bella. So yeah.
Understood. At the end of the round, first time I rolled above a 10 for that. All right, cool. You hear, all of you hear Zengi's voice. You've heard it enough times in this journal through the weird memories. Odette, you've talked to him face to face. You know what he sounds like. All of you hear this. And he says, "How dare you, Odette? How dare all of you trying to take from me what is rightfully mine? You had your chance. You've seen what's in here. You know what I'm trying to do. And you can either join me or this ends here for you. Last chance." And you can all hear and respond to this.
I'm looking at Odette. This is her
Yes.
show to the book.
You look into the darkness. Odette sees you look toward her and puts her hand on your shoulder, like reassuringly. And she says, "No, you had your chance. We will not give up. This is my book, more so than yours, and it has been in my family, and we have been doing good with it. You can join us in rebuilding what you have destroyed. Or you can fall at our hands once again. We've done it before, and we shall do it again."
I will join you in the literal hells when this is over, after I finish with everything else that's out here. And you see the different books start to, again, wave with arcane energy. And things begin to emerge from them.
What are they?
Anyone who'd like to make an Arcana check to identify these things, you're welcome to.
Go.
That's a 3.
Natural one. I'm done with these dice forever.
25.
Oh shit. These are bone nagas. So bone nagas are basically enslaved guardians of certain areas. They are loyal to the person that has effectively animated them, and they have full control over them. But there's also limitations on what they can do based on that control. Make sure I get you the last thing you need on here as well. They do know magic, which can be very dangerous. But it is possible that things like banishment or dispel magic could break the control over them. Something DC check.
Great. Okay.
But these are just giant bone snakes. You know what? I said that out loud on the internet. All right. Yeah, check out these bone snakes, boy. I'm over it. Anyway, let's get them in the initiative.
Let's not. We can leave that part out.
Yeah. Why
Oh,
bother?
yeah, no, good call. Good call.
Just takes up time.
They didn't roll very well. That's good.
Yeah, Justin, fucking grip it and rip it, baby.
Oh shit! Thank you for the
Lock that
donation,
down, dude.
Yes, we are officially over
Crack one for the
50%.
big boy.
We'll put another point of advantage back in here as well.
Thank you.
So much.
Hell yes. Y'all got this. They basically like curl up, very similar to cobras. right? And you hear like just all the bones rattling in their body, signaling that they are about to strike.
I kind of relay all of this to to poor darkness engulfed Valen. But I tell him like, we are nearly there. I just need one more lock. If you need to leave, the protection of the darkness.
Yeah, that's what I figure. I'll step outside.
Okay.
Hell
Be
yeah.
brave, my friend. Be brave.
You two are up. The other Bodak is dead. So, what do you got?
Do you want to go like raise hell, or do you want me to
Go
try
first,
that?
take your bonus action, get that last lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Odette like grabs the lock and just like starts basically pulling at it with her small kind of like ivory hands.
Okay. I need you to make a DC 20 Arcana check.
She does. Let me see. I think I will use guidance on myself.
And you
So-
did that thing earlier that gave you proficiency in it. How long did that last?
It's an
Oh,
hour.
this is the cool thing. There is no concentration on it. It lasts an hour.
Yes.
So, so that's why I can have darkness up and do this at the same time. I triple checked it. So she says, Lady Alora, my ancestors, guide me. Shadows guide my hand. It's only a +1. That's fine. And then that is a nat 20.
Holy crap!
It's a little. It's a Dr. Boyfriend gave this to me. It's a little lion.
No, yeah.
Nice.
So this is a lot like me bowling. I either strike or miss completely. That's the only.
Man, well done. Well
Holy
done.
crap.
If ever there was a time.
Good God.
So I was going to effectively, if you passed, been like, cool, next turn you have control of the comm, right? And can kind of decide what happens. On a nat 20, you gain control now.
Great.
So
what can I do with an action?
let me ask you this. What do you want to do? You basically tell Zengi defiantly, like, no, you can join us, or we'll destroy you. And he says, I'll join you in the abyss after I kill everyone else.
Okay.
And you rip the lock off this last book. It flies into your hands. And both the shadow version of the book that you have and this actual book meld together into one copy of this artifact now, that you can just feel the power radiating from it.
All right. Odette basically just like floods the entire place with darkness, but I want to give my friends the ability to see in it. Can I do that? Or is that too much?
I'm good with it.
Okay. And then she says, she says, my companions, the book is ours. We have claimed it. Do you have anything to say to this pitiful man before I disintegrate him himself?
Nope.
Never did.
Not a word.
You're right. He's not worth it. And she like makes the bone nagas and any other enemies that were in this book like descend upon him.
Hell yeah. I'm going to ask for fucking dope. I'm going to ask for a persuasion roll at advantage.
Sure, yeah.
This is because I just need a metric for a thing. This will work regardless. I'm just curious as to how well.
Got it. Okay. That is a 29.
Oh, damn.
Expertise, baby.
Zengi has, of course, been talking to you through basically the overall plane or realm that is this book. His voice just kind of boomed and echoed everywhere as he exercised his power or stake in this artifact. And as you rip that control from him, you still feel his presence lingering. And he goes to say, "This is not over. You and your friends will suffer the consequences of my wrath, my fury. I killed all of you a millennia ago, and I didn't savor it, but I will this time." And you see, as he's talking, this bone naga vanishes. This one vanishes. Bodax also vanish, just disappearing into the darkness. I will savor each and every one of your deaths. They will not be quick. This is now personal. What are you doing here? You work for... And then you start to hear explosions. You hear bones rattling. You hear that weird inhale energy that these Bodax used to prepare their negative energy weapons that they were launching at all of you. You just hear as if on surround sound audio, all of the creatures that were in this book that were following his commands.
And Odette looks like with
Including
a
Corey?
degree of Odette looks with a degree of pity at Corey. You're right, and she says, "You too, my love. Get the revenge you deserve."
I'm gonna roll a wisdom saving throw for Corey. God! Oh
Another
my
net
God. That's another net one. Corey's like, hell yeah, man! So, and he runs off as well, with an echoing reminder that he is always still here, because he's a part of this thing.
Yeah.
So you can find him again. And you just hear again, verbal components in what sounds like infernal or abyssal being just screeched by Zengi as spells are going off on this surround sound. And then you just hear a panther just roar, and you can hear it just leap and land with a thud, and everything just becomes too much as this cartoon ball of dust and limbs and snake tails and energy just finally silences as it all goes away. And the book is yours. God, what a turn.
Bella. And she lifts the darkness and walks over to Bella. And
Valen runs over to Bella. He's trying to lay hands. He's trying to cast Revivify. Doesn't understand how this paladin thing works, but he's trying.
Yeah. Odette looks at the book and she's like, "I don't know if this has the power. I can try." And she tries to concentrate on bringing Bella back and tries to see if that will do anything.
There are a lot of very powerful things you can do inside the realm of this book.
Mm-hmm.
You reach out to try to reconstitute Bella, because Lady Alora gave you that warning that if you were to perish in the book, you would become a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay, because you control her now. So you summon all of your arcane energy and call upon Bella's spirit or soul to return to her body. And it is not found anywhere in this book.
No. She's not here. That makes no sense. She should be in the book.
if she died here, she'd be here.
Yes.
So,
Where could she be?
but then she's not dead.
Odette does not seem to understand. Like looking.
I don't understand. But if she's not, she'd be a part of the book if she died here, like Corey. But
These bodies weren't
Still
real.
here.
These bodies weren't real to begin with. We're in a metaphorical book. These are metaphorical bodies.
But so if not, yeah. So if her spirit's not in the book,
Is she outside waiting for us?
I don't know, waiting, but not dead.
That is true. The book is ours. If she is still alive, we can find her.
She's definitely not inside, though.
No.
Because
And, like,
Itzel's gonna
but-
look at the pile of dust and I don't want to leave.
We can always return.
Since we are out of combat, can I gust it into a vial or something?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So Itzel's gonna call up. Her starry form is gonna just kind of fade off of her, and color and definition will return to her features, and she'll call up a little bit of wind to get all of the dust that may or may not actually be Bella into a little glass container that Metzley would use for her herb stuff, and so I have it. I don't even know if this is gonna do anything outside of the book, but I don't want to leave it. That feels, at the very least, it should find some place, actual place, not the no place that we're in right now, to be one of her libraries, perhaps, for now. Do we talk to Dusty? How would we find out if she's gone and away?
I do not know. We could do it. This place is safe now. We could
Let's
do
get
it
out
from
of
the- Yes, we could do it
Also,
from the
Jackie,
safety of
really
here,
want
but we
to
should
just-
go. And yeah, Odette, takes both of your hands and kind of scratches Gruff, and she says, "Let us return," and kind of exerts her will.
Okay. The book and all the environment slowly just melts away around you. And as you entered in a flash of papers and confusion, you simply just exit by sliding back almost as if a shifter filter is applied from the book to reality itself. You find yourself standing back at the banquet hall with Lady Alora. Has been watching this process the whole time.
We look around. Is Bella there?
Is she here?
Bella is not there.
Lady Alora, we lost Bella.
Yeah, is Lady Ursa in the room?
Lady Ursa is there. Sir Osborne is also there.
Great. I'm immediately gonna. We need help of where she might be, and you might be able to help.
As Lady Alora sees your face, Odette, she rushes forward and gives you a shockingly warm hug, considering her porcelain frame. She just says, "I'm so very sorry, but you did it."
Yes. We did it. And she looks at everybody else. It is ours. And
I'm gonna pause you guys real quick and kind of shift over as you're taking a moment to collect yourselves. Bella, what's going through your head right now as you look around this insane lab? Now that you've gotten out of the tank and had a chance to look around, you've seen these weird video screens of places that you've been in your life. You're seeing these weird duplicates. I mean, they're exact copies of you. There's not like weird variations of any type. Like it's like looking in a mirror as you look at these strange doppelgangers. What is going through Bella's mind right now?
I think she is going to try to make sense. I mean, she's a researcher and an academic first and foremost, so she's gonna try to research what this is to the best of her ability.
Okay.
So she's gonna start looking at all these screens, and if this is a laboratory, there should be notes, there should be records, there should be something she can find and understand what is going on here and what the purpose of this place is. And maybe by doing that, understand how to get back.
As you roll me another investigate check, please.
That is going to be a 12.
Okay. You start to look around. There's a lot of stuff in this lab, right? There's a lot of really distracting things that I think you kind of keep glancing back towards to see if any of those like weird clones come to life or move or watch you. They don't. They're all eyes closed, kind of just floating in these little tanks. But nevertheless, you keep kind of checking over your shoulder. That alarm continues to blare in the background. As you look around, you see what looks like an off button for that alarm. You also see a couple of notebooks that are out on what looks like a main research desk. There's a large shelf with just volumes and volumes of books, but there's a couple that are out, one already open on the desk itself. So you kind of look over that. You are seeing sketches and models of the Necrocore tanks, right? That very much match the ones you're looking at. They very much match the ones where you saw Necrocore and those terrible memories. What do you do?
Well, I turn off the alarm.
Okay. Yeah, the seasons.
I mean, so you said there was the open book. I want to start like leafing through that.
Okay. You start leafing through the book. You're starting to see all sorts of bizarre things. Because while a lot of the research the book is currently open to is about necrocores, you start flipping through, there's a lot of stuff about your life in there. A lot of different notes about places that you've been. A lot of different notes about people that you've interacted with. See a couple entries on Odette, Itzel, Valen. Nothing so incredibly shocking, but very good biographical information about them. Like knowing full well that Valen is a priest of the of Tempest, right? Knowing full well that Itzel has actually traveled into Neverwinter and is kind of an outsider, right? Knowing full well that Odette has this dance academy and lists the different people in there by name. You keep flipping backwards. You start to see timelines that go beyond your age. Notes going back 50, 60, 80 years. You start kind of flipping around because you know to look for it. You see a notation, only a paragraph long. If you weren't really thinking about it, you'd probably glaze over it. But this notation from the last time that Bella met Odette about 50 years prior. And they go back further and further and further for a couple hundred years. It's quite thorough. In order to process like the amount of information in here, you'd have to really sit down and read it. But there is a lot of very personal stuff tracking you and your family for centuries.
I'm officially creeped out now.
You hear...
And...
Good.
I was going to say she's going to start looking to see how to get out.
Yeah, you look over towards the door. And as you think about getting the hell out of this terrifying place, the door swings open. And that weird spiritual blue-looking skull to vertebrae with the strange, spirit bone hands comes floating through. Gives you a knowing look and just says, "Well, Jen, I think we should finally talk." We'll leave it there.
Bum, bum, bum.
We did it. This is also an interesting thing because this would have occurred in the combat, but I did not give Itzel a chance to do this because I was doing a bunch of other stuff. Can you roll a Arcana check for me, please?
Sure.
There are 2 DCs for this. One of them is 13. The other one is 22.
15. So only one.
Okay.
We do have 6 points.
Would you like to burn that thing?
You like to burn a point of inspiration.
See, it's hard, right? So, words are difficult.
Yeah, let's do it just for. Nah. Oh yes, much better. Okay.
You can also guidance yourself.
Yeah, I don't need to, but I could.
Nope.
The other one, guidance wouldn't have helped. This time, guidance is not needed. 24.
Okay.
So okay.
So you are, like I said, attuned to a bunch of different magical auras now, thanks to your cloak. And a lot of those are elemental, but you can still sense magic around you. And a while back, you noticed that there was like a blip of strange enchantment magic on Bella. And unfortunately, you weren't able to really figure out what was up with that.
Yeah.
Moving close to Bella as she was killed, you feel 2 magical effects end. They are both enchantments. The first one you feel end is Mistel's Magical Aura, which is an enchantment that is specifically designed to suppress magical presence. So if one has that on them, it becomes almost impossible to detect any type of magical influence, hence the difficulty. the second one you sense, which is even harder to identify and just barely lingers, is the spell Modify Memory.
That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, no.
Jin's descendants.
Anyway, that's the session. Hope you had a lot of fun. So, again, appreciate Bella leaning into failure to move the story forward in a very interesting way. So, very cool move on your part. Yeah, Disintegrate's no joke. So that's a fucking bonkers spell. But, yeah, I had a lot of fun. I hope you all did as well. And we, of course, hit our more than halfway mark for International Rescue Committee. So thank you for everyone who donated.
Yes. Awesome.
We appreciate the fundraising. I know the players also appreciated the advantage, right? So good causes on both ends. We'll do our usual bit about socials and all that good stuff. Let me put that up in the chat. Socials and Discord and website and all those other good things, right? We have a packed week coming up. Excuse me. A lot of stuff going on there. I closed my website. That was silly of me. Anyway, I'll find the link for it. A lot of stuff coming up. Like I said, class reunions on Tuesday. We've got the debut of Dungeons and Doggos on Wednesday that I'm running. And then turn around, and Thursday we're recording another episode of Table Talkalypse. We're going to have 3 people on talking about combat and ways to make it more dynamic and interesting, right? So that should be value added. Hopefully they've got some good insight. And of course, it's live, so please ask questions. That's also very helpful for us to kind of just do some Q&A. Jeez. And then Academy H on Sunday. So just packed week for stuff for the channel. Does anybody have anything else while I pull up?
Is Academy H on Sunday? It's not on the calendar.
I could be a liar, but I also could have forgotten to update the calendar. I'm going to say yes, and if it's not on the calendar, you know what actually happened. No. Let me get the website in there, because we got all sorts of cool stuff, like merch and everything, like these neat t-shirts. Buy our stuff, because it just helps to fund the channel. We don't make money off of it. We just put it back into production costs, right? It's all about trying to fundraise for charity, but, you know, things cost money, so help us out.
We live in a capitalist hellscape.
We live in a capitalist hellscape. Yes. Please appeal to our corporate overlords so we can stay on stream. But with that said, nobody has anything else. We're going to go raid somebody, but thanks for watching. Let me go pull that up.
Happy spooky month in Sandheim and everything like that, folks.
Ooh, indeed. All right. Get some music going. I'm going to see the thanks for watching screen. Don't go anywhere, because about a minute after that, we're going to raid somebody. And, stick around, say hi, throw them a follow, be friendly. If you got to go, you got to go. But, build the community and make some friends. With that, have a great night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye, folks.
Bye.